What do you say, everybody? Hello and welcome to Thomas More Stadium on Family Fun Day Sunday, as well as Bark in the Park. It's the season finale between the Florence Y'alls and the Mississippi Mud Monsters. The last time these two Midwest Conference teams will match up in the year of 2026, unless they were able to meet in the playoffs. Rory Tettemer alongside Ben Howard, excited to join you on what is a little bit of a cloudy but partly sunny Sunday. And what better day for the Y'alls to maybe get a sweep? Did you bring a broom?
I did not. I did not bring my broom today, but I think some fans in attendance maybe have them, and this is a huge opportunity for Florence to just get off on the right foot after the All-Star break.
Certainly,
and certainly a point where struggle a little bit going into the break. A lot of series losses. They lost 5 of their last 7 series before the break. To not only come out and get a series win, potentially get a sweep, I think would just set a standard and set some confidence moving forward. We talk about a lot the last couple of days, just so many winnable series in the back half of the season for Florence, and I think this is a really good start.
Yeah, I think it's already a good sign for the Y'alls. Obviously, they were 3-9 against Mississippi last year. One of the reasons they had a poor season, they weren't able to take advantage of a first-year club. So, second time in the Frontier League for Mississippi. Florence, at least with 5 wins, they did win the season series against them, and it would be nice to go 6-3 against the Mud Monsters today. Nathan Lawson on the mound for Florence. He's 2-1 with a 6.46 ERA. Did have a 7-day stint on the IL, faces really just the minimum there, and will basically just miss one spot in the rotation before getting back out here. But his last time out, he was very good.
He was great last time out, and I think that the thing with Lawson that's really encouraging as a true rookie at a first-year professional level is he seems to get better every single start. It was a little shaky those first 2 starts. He gave up 4 and 7 earned runs respectively, but he has just gone down since then, 3 or less in each of his starts, and he's given his team a lot of length, which it feels like this is the first time in a very long time that going into Game 3 of a series, we haven't said, Florence's bullpen, it's been used a lot in the first 2 games. No, that has not been the case at all this week.
Yeah.
6 innings from both Villalobos on Friday and then Webster yesterday. So a bullpen should be relatively fresh. And you have the fact that Lawson has gone 5 or more in each of his last 3 appearances.
Yeah, and 9 Ks the last time out, too. That was very good against a talented team in Washington. It was really just, the 2 long balls. A home run is probably the only thing you could have against Lawson. He's allowed 9 home runs across 27 1/3 innings pitched as a starter. Obviously, multiple home runs in 3 of his starts, but when he keeps the ball in the ballpark, he's very good. Plus, he has not seen Mississippi yet this season, so that'll be their first time facing the righty from Western Kentucky. For Florence, they will also face a newcomer, a lefty in John Walsh. Only 2 starts, very similar to Sergio Sanchez, what we saw yesterday, a small sample size. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, a walk and 3 Ks against Joliet his last time out. He enters today with a 1-0 record and a 3.6 ERA to start off his professional career after a stint with the Rocky Mountain Vibes in 2025. Florence, not the same against left-handed pitchers than they are righty. Obviously, splits still aren't the worst, but Florence not going lefty-heavy today.
No, they're not. We talked about how, Toby's been a little less lefty-righty than you've seen from a lot of different managers, so interested to see that lineup today, but it continues to just be a little bit of a rotation. You're not a set starting 9 guys for Florence. Pretty much almost everybody except for Harbison and Brodell gets 2 starts in this series.
Yeah. And Brodell with 2 hits yesterday. Obviously, Blomquist with multiple hits in both games so far. He's been great in this series. Both of them going to be on the bench today, as well as Kyle Harbison. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for your home team, Florence Y'alls, leading things off, the left fielder Milo Rushford. Batting second, the designated hitter Zade Richardson. In the 3 slot, the captain Hank Zeisler over at first base. Batting cleanup, the third baseman Garrett Broussard. In the 5 slot, the right fielder Brendan Bobo. Batting sixth, the center fielder Jackson Tucker. In the 7 slot, second baseman Tyler Shaneyfelt. Batting 8th, the shortstop Dylan Baker, and rounding out will be the catcher Zach Beadle. On the flip side for Mississippi, it's Braylon Skinner once again leading things off in center field. Batting second, the first baseman A.J. Fritz. In the 3 slot, the right fielder Karel Paz. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter Samil De La Rosa still in the 5 slot over at third. Travis Holt batting 6th. The left fielder, Kyle Booker, is 4 for 4 yesterday. In the 7 slot, the catcher, Tavis Payne. And in the shortstop, batting 8th, Joshua Shelley, rounding out with the second baseman, Slater Shield. Again, Nathan Lawson against John Walsh. Pitching matchup today. Lawson heading out there right behind the pitcher's mound. We are ready for our national anthem from the South Dearborn Choir. Take a listen, but don't go anywhere because more Florence Y'all's baseball is coming up on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for first pitch here at Thomas More Stadium, the season finale between the Mississippi Mud Monsters and your Florence Y'alls. Nathan Lawson on the mound, 6'1", 210 pounds, out of Russell Springs, Kentucky, the Western Kentucky alum, returning from a short stint on the IL. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 9 Ks his last time out on July 8th against Washington. His first time facing Mississippi this year, the first 3 he'll face the All-Star Braylon Skinner, A.J. Fritz, and Carell Paz. Florence trying to sweep the Mississippi Mud Monsters for the first time this season and move to 6-3 against them in 2026. Would also make them 3 games over 500, currently entering at a 30-28 record. Florence with the 30-28 record. Mississippi, on the other hand, 25-34 in the Midwest West Division. Good start to the second half for the Y'alls, picking up 2 wins against a talented Mississippi crew. I still think they have a very good offense.
Yeah, they certainly do. Top to bottom, it's not the most powerful offense. They don't hit a ton of home runs, but they just make things so difficult on you with their ability to run, their ability to put the ball in play. They're not afraid to play a little bit of small ball. And
yeah,
I think what we've seen from the damage out of a guy like Kyle Booker, who's killed Florence this year, he's hitting 6th in the lineup, just shows the depth.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that. And Kyle Booker was 4 for 4 yesterday with a big 2-run homer in the 9th. Made that game a little closer. Aiden McAvoy has thrown in both games, picking up 2 saves, now a league-high 15 saves. Do you think he's available today?
I think out of the All-Star break, he pitched 1 at-bat, if I'm correct, in the All-Star game. I think
you got an off day tomorrow.
You get an off day tomorrow, but that would technically be 3 of the last 4 days. That already coming into today. So you can go 4 and 5 days?
Maybe, I don't know. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
That is very far down the road, though.
Certainly. Got to get there first. First pitch right there at 1:06, actually a minute ahead of schedule. Beautiful day here in Florence, Kentucky. That one's fouled away. A little hot, but I don't think as hot as, we've seen.
I think it's because the fan placement's
Maybe the fan placement's pretty good, huh? I think I set that up.
I tweaked it when you weren't looking.
0-2 the count to the lefty. Braylon Skinner kicked the 0-2 pitch, laces it down the right field line. That's going to drop in and go all the way to the wall. Skinner on his way for second. Putting up the hands will be the right fielder, Brendan Bobo. Guess that'll be just a ground rule double as that one gets over the sidewall or underneath that bullpen fence. A leadoff runner in scoring position for Mississippi.
Yeah, you mentioned the home runs. Hard contact, it's been there for Lawson. He has not had a start this season without giving up a homer, and only 2 starts that he didn't give up multiple home runs. And it doesn't just include home runs. He's prone to give up doubles and triples, but he won't walk a whole lot of batters, and he's really good at getting around that damage.
Skinner was bouncing around between second and third. Thought he was about to go, and they do back pick him, and they got him caught in a rundown now. How about that? Zach Beadle catches Skinner sleeping between second and third, and there's out number 1.
How rarely do you see a back pick to second base? That was well played by Beadle, too. Even me sitting up here in the booth, I'm sitting there thinking, even when Beadle throws that ball, it's just going back to Lawson. He's just lollygagging it back to the pitcher. And then a late bullet over to Schoenfeld with Skinner just dancing off of second base.
Skinner acted as if he was stealing and then was still pretty far off of second, and Florence takes advantage to clear the bases. And now an 0-2 count to A.J. Fritz.
He was basically daring Beadle to make a throw to second base. It seems like he was saying, like, there's no way he's going to get it there.
I don't know if he knew that Schoenfeld was covering.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Schoenfeld was really, on top of second base as soon as he...
0-2, Sky down the right field line. Bobo heading that way. It's going to drop foul and into the kid zone. I didn't hear if there was any communication between the first and third base coaches, but I figured, Schoenfeld covering would be something that they would have to say. I mean, I guess they don't assume that their all-star second or all-star center fielder would do something like that.
Well, we talked about how, before that, he was dancing around, acting like he was going to steal. Schoenfeld was pretty quick to get over to cover, just when he saw how far Skinner was off.
Here's the 0-2 to Fritz, bounces it way in the dirt.
Beadle put it on the money, too. I mean, there's a chance that's not a good throw, that Skinner's got time to get back, but because it was a dime, there's just nowhere for Skinner to go.
That one misses out again. 2-2 with 1 away, and the base is empty in the opening frame. Now this Sunday afternoon, travel day for Mississippi. They do head back home after this. 2-2, fouls it away. Head back home and start a 2-week homestand in Pearl, Mississippi for the Mud Monsters.
That's going to be a nice time for them, especially for Skinner and Barraza and Pecci to get home after.
I honestly got to say they probably had it better. They either got to fly out here or drive themselves. That one runs inside and hits A.J. Fritz. So both runners that Lawson has faced have reached base. A double and a hit by pitch. With 1 away and a runner on first, brings up Correll Paz.
Both of the batters, too, we had down 0-2. Just a fastball that he totally lost command of.
Correll Paz was absent in the game yesterday. Did enter as a pinch hitter late in the ball game. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Off speed inside. 0-1 the count. Lawson celebrated a birthday here in July. One. In there for a strike. Beautifully placed bottom of the zone at 89. Not a guy that's going to blow you away with his fastball. I mean, that's just there at 89, but still good spin rate. 21.43 there.
Now he's up 0-2 on all 3 batters to start.
Double play opportunity as well. They'll shade Dylan Baker up the middle. Schoenfeld's still a little pull side. Runner takes off. 0-2, skies it out towards center field. That's blooped and going to drop in for a base hit. Fritz takes full advantage and races around second over to third without a throw. Runners split the corners now. All three have reached base, and you're right, with 2 strikes.
It's tough, too. I mean, you make a mistake in the second batter and the first batter, just a laced double. But this one, when you needed an out the most, just bloops into shallow left.
Samil De La Rosa.
Mississippi would have a run by now if it weren't for that Skinner blunder on the bases.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Outside. And the put-away stuff for Lawson was working his last time out against a talented Washington team. He had 9 Ks, a season high. 23 Ks across 27 innings as a starter for Lawson. 0-1. Missing inside, out of the glove of Beetle, but not far enough for anyone to take advantage.
Yeah, Lawson's just not locating his fastball, I think, as well as he would want to. It's not about, always about strikes versus balls. We're talking about location, but missing in the right spot or hitting your spot in the zone.
One. Missing inside, 2-1. Let's take a look at the defense for Florence. Milo Rushford in left field, Jackson Tucker in center, Brendan Bobo in right. Garrett Broussard at the hot corner, Dylan Baker at short, Tyler Schoenfeld at second, Hank Zeisler at first, and Zach Beadle behind the plate. Broken bat over towards Broussard. Baker's the one that gloves it. Throw on to first is in time. It will be an RBI ground out. Broussard just not able to get there, trying to turn 2. Baker on the backhand, long throw, only able to get the 1 out at first. It is 1-0 Mississippi.
Still a pretty good play by Baker, making something out of nothing there, too. An awkward play with half of a bat heading at you.
Yeah. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs for Travis Holt. Joe Shadler getting the pieces of that broken bat. The Batman for Florence. Off speed, beautifully placed in there for a strike. 74 miles per hour, middle. Lawson down early, 1-0. A 1. Missing out.
This is where you start to be careful a little bit, too. Holden Booker, some of the better 5-6 duo you're going to see in the league.
Really good. Booker's their RBI leader.
Yeah.
Only added to that yesterday, the 4-hit day. 0-1. Sorry, 1-1. That misses downstairs. 2-1. Long first inning for Lawson. 2-1 pitch, fouls it away.
It is, and he could, very well get out of this in just 5 batters, but it's just the amount of pitches that he's thrown into each of these first 5. And again, only one of those outs is really one that he recorded, that ground out. There was a base running mistake that first batter.
Mm-hmm. And that produced a run. 2-2. Lawson kicks, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the off speed. Picks up his first K of the day right on time. And strands a runner in scoring position. Mississippi pushes across 1. Let's see what Florence can do when they get their first crack in the bottom of the first when we return to Frontier League Network, powered by HDM.
Bottom of the first from Thomas More Stadium, always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe your buddy should work as hard as you do. Visit heritagebank.com or stop by a branch near you today with Mississippi with a 1-0 lead.
Milo Rushford, Zade Richardson, and Hank Zeisler will start things off for Florence. Two lefties there at the top of the order facing the lefty John Walsh, 1-0 with a 3.6 ERA across 2 starts this season for Walsh. Florence's first time seeing him. He's faced Joliet and Gateway, allowed 5 hits in each, got 2 runs across them in each, and picked up 3 Ks in each.
Well, we've seen similar stuff from Sergio Sanchez, who got the start for Mississippi yesterday, and Florence got to Sanchez early.
Yeah, they're able to do that. 5 runs in 2 innings, kind of paced them the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Scored just another one in the 8th on a home run from Hank Zeisler.
That is another thing you got to think about. Obviously didn't hit in the 9th, but just 1 run in the last 6 innings of that game.
Milo Rushford, the lefty, will start things off. Florence leaving Brodell on the bench, the other lefty. So they'll still send 4. However, they are split up this time around. Wind up the first pitch, missing outside.
It is interesting. You don't get to face a lot of lefties, and you're leaving Blomquist on the bench against one.
That one misses out. Walsh played collegiately at Arkansas Tech and Ottawa University. 2-0. In there for a strike on the outer half, 2-1. Milo Rushford, 274 average, but still getting on base at a pretty good clip. 414 on base. 2-1. Missing outside. 3-1. All fastballs here.
He is working quick, too. Rushford
Yeah, he is.
looks at him and then bam.
3-1. Bottom of the zone, no good. 5-pitch walk to Milo Rushford. Leadoff runner aboard for Florence. That'll bring up Zade Richardson, the face of the Florence Yalls. We did get confirmation that Zade's mom does enjoy the face of the Florence Yalls more than Prince of Florence. However, she liked, or I guess everyone liked the Fresh Prince of Florence.
I think that's the best one that we've.
But you got to say, it's only the reason I added, Fresh Prince is for alliteration.
Well, again, I didn't come up with the Prince of Florence.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to have to coin it on you. Who came up with it? It was the Y'all's Analytics team. And they had just said Prince of Florence.
Yes.
But Fresh Prince of Florence, it does sound good. I still like Face of the Florence Y'alls. The Fresh Prince of Florence. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the off-speed. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. Runner on first. Florence trailing 1-0. Richardson with a .337 average entering today. 1-2 pitch. Punches it out towards shallow center field. Is going to drop it for a base hit. Rushford on his way to third. The throw comes in, but it's up the line and not in time. Zade Richardson, his first hit of the day, puts runners at the corners and nobody out. Florence threatening here in the first.
Really simple hitting for Richardson, just opposite way, gets kind of jammed. Both teams get a little bit of an advantage on that blue base hit. Killed Florence at the top of the first.
Now here's Hank Zeisler with 2 home runs yesterday and 3 RBIs. He stands 2 hits away from tying the Florence franchise hit record. 3 from breaking. Now, I will say another anecdote is that his family was here in attendance for Friday and Saturday, not here today. They are on a flight. That one's in there for a strike. I believe their flight was around 10. I don't think you're getting to California within 3 hours. So right now they're probably still on that plane. I forget if it's one of the ways is quicker than the other. I want to say it's coming back is quicker than it is going there.
Going east is way quicker than going out west.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because of the wind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty certain that's like a 6-hour flight.
We're in California.
1-1. Skies it out towards left field. Booker will move back in front of the warning track. He makes the grab. Tagging from third is Rushford. He'll be in without a throw. A sacrifice fly from the captain. Florence ties it up at 1.
Zeisler's had a really interesting stat line this week. It really proves just how he's willing to do anything for his team. That's his 6th RBI of the series. Just 2 base hits are the 2 home runs.
Yeah.
That's his 3rd RBI situation without a base hit of the weekend.
Runner on first and 1 away for Garrett Broussard. Richardson will still be there. Florence ties this game up at 1. Broussard fouls it away. You know what? I am thinking from Massachusetts. I do forget that we're a little closer.
Oh, yeah, I get them out closer.
Here in
Do you know what
Florence.
Which airport they're flying into?
I don't.
It's probably about 5, would be my guess.
1 in there for a strike, 0-2. Beautifully placed. Off speed there.
Of course, I say that. It doesn't really matter which airport in California. They're all going to be about the same from Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, 2. Missing downstairs on the changeup. Well, Florence does a good job getting that run right back. Lawson can kind of treat the next inning as his first inning. Try and find a rhythm. 1-2. Swing and a miss. John Walsh picks up his first K. Sits down Garrett Broussard. Runner on first and 2 away for Brendan Bobo.
Yeah, just put a fastball outside, and again, I think this pace might be getting to Florence a little bit.
Brendan Bobo, still the clubhouse leader in home runs. Had his last bomb, a 2-run homer at Windy City on July 2nd. So it's been a little bit.
Has.
First pitch to him. Misses upstairs.
And again, he's continued his struggles against lefties this year. And 163 now on the season against lefties.
Well, Mississippi displays, an egregious shift against them.
Yep.
1-0. Misses outside 2-0. They have that shortstop pulled over towards the second base side. The third baseman essentially playing shortstop.
Right.
And 3 infielders on the right side, pull side against Bobo. Outfield is straight up. 2-0. Off speed in there for a strike.
That's a beautiful front door.
Yeah, it is. 72 right inside. 24.05 on that spin rate. 2-1. Swing and a miss. That same slider there breaking away of the bat path of Bobo. Wonder if it ever, crosses Zeisler and Bobo's mind. Just dropping a bunt down the third base line. Obviously, big power hitters. Interested if it, ever comes up in their head. Grounder, 2-hopper over towards second. Glove flip on to first will end the inning. Florence gets a sacrifice fly from the captain to tie this game up at 1. Heading to the top of the second here at Thomas More Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We have more Florence Y'all's baseball on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Today's umpire intro is always brought to you by Pella Window and Door. Looking for a clearer view of every call? Trust Pella Window and Door. We'll give you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you could count on. Pella Window and Door, so good even the ump won't miss a thing. Jose Mariente, the crew chief, takes over first base today with Dill itself behind the plate. And yesterday's balls at strike caller, Wes Dunkel, over at third.
Lawson back out for his second inning of work. First pitch is in there for a strike to Kyle Booker, fresh off a 4-for-4 day yesterday with a home run. Booker, Payne, and Shelley, 6, 7, 8 due up for the Mud Monsters, a tie 1-1 ball game. 0-1, skied foul, 0-2. Again, starting off 0-2 in a count. Allowed the first three batters to reach, forced an RBI ground out, picked up a strikeout to end his inning. We do have Sergeant Bilko tuning in. Said flight easts go quicker due to wind, especially jet stream. But going west, you gain back time zone changes, so you can arrive in Cali almost the same time as you leave in Cincy. 0-2 misses downstairs.
That always is one of the best feelings. 9 a.m. flight out to L.A., you land at 10 a.m.
Well, it was certainly true when I came home from Australia. I went back in time.
Yeah.
The 1-2 misses outside. Sergeant Bilko, excited to have you here.
I'll tell you what, now on, if I ever need to know anything, I'm going to wait for the broadcast, ask it, and Sergeant Bilko will answer.
2-2, swing and a miss. Second K from Lawson, sits down Kyle Booker to start off his second inning, brings up Tevis Payne. Tevis, the beer batter of the game, brought to you by Party Source, your one-stop destination for all things celebration. Visit them at 75 Riviera Drive, Bellevue, Kentucky. Payne also the catcher today, stepping in for Victor Diaz, who caught games 1 and 2 of the series. Sergeant Bilko said 61% humidity and 81 degrees. How's the fan doing today? Is it only 81 degrees?
I guess.
I mean, you guys were all complaining about that first.
Okay, it was hot earlier. It was very hot earlier. And I woke up this morning, went out the door, and I had a nice breeze. I thought it was going to be a good day. Walking into the office, though, was a different story.
That fan is doing good today. Sergeant Bilko, I will also say my dad was in town for the All-Star game, and at night we would just throw on It's Mad, 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 Mad World, obviously with Phil Silvers there. Ground ball, left side. Garrett Broussard gloves it. Spin throw on to first. Not scooped up by Zeisler. It gets away. On the way to second is Tevis Payne. And he's in there safely as this one is just starting to roll around.
Good backup by Baker. It's a good attempt by Broussard.
That'll be a base hit for Tevis Payne. So base hit with the error on the throw. Brings up Joshua Shelley, 1 out and a runner in scoring position.
It was one of those tough scoring decisions because, I mean, the advance at second, you have to give it an error.
Yeah.
But you don't really want to blame Broussard for trying. He definitely had a chance on that play with the poor throw. Boy, Garrett Broussard, I mean, you know, someone who doesn't watch a lot of baseball might come to, watch these last couple games and think that he's had some bad plays just because of how many balls he's got hit towards him. But he has just had some ridiculous plays, and none of them really this weekend have been his fault. I mean,
yeah.
I think he had an error early in game 1 of this series.
He's had a lot of action in this series.
Yeah, Kyle Booker error back of the second inning of game 1. But other than that, I mean, he's trying to make diving plays, hard balls right back at him, plays like that, and none of them are errors. He's putting together some really good attempts, and he has made some nice plays.
1-1, fouls it away, 1-2. Top of the second inning, runner in scoring position, 1 away, a 1-1 ball game here at Thomas More Stadium. Great day for some baseball. circling around over at second. That one's punched, lined over towards Zeisler. No throw on the back pick for out number 2. Payne had a very big lead at second. I thought we were going to see another back pick.
Well, Shelley, Florence had a huge shift on Shelley. Shadyfeld was playing straight up second base, but Zeisler is still pretty close to that first base bag. Obviously, you have to stay somewhat close to be able to make a play at first. And Shelley just unfortunately poked that right to the one guy that was sitting on the right side of the infield.
Brings up Slater Shield. Bottom of the order here, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. First pitch, fouls it away. Back to a straight-up defense for the Yalls. In their white pinstripes and the red, white, and blue caps. 0-1, grounder, left side. Broussard gloves it. Throw on to first is in time to end the inning. Broussard did look back the runner. Thought about just trying to get him in a rundown, but instead goes the easy way. Just throws it across the diamond. Lawson strands the runner in scoring position. We head to the bottom of 2. Florence trying to break the tie when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the second inning always brings us our Thomas More scoreboard. Always a scoreboard partner, Thomas More University. There, you'll be able to take your life and your career as far as you want it to go. Apply or donate today at thomasmore.edu. Florence and Mississippi tied up at 1 apiece. Jackson Tucker, Tyler Shadyfeld, and Dylan Baker. We'll start things off here for the Yalls, 6, 7, 8. Still be the lefty John Walsh on the mound.
A close-up look, I like the rec specs for Walsh. I'm always a fan of pitchers with some eyewear.
I think I knew a guy named John Walsh back in the day. Isn't it amazing? I don't know if you're at the point yet where it's like you know some people back as like in your childhood, and you're like, man, was that his name or not? I don't even remember. Like I didn't even recognize it until I just said it.
Well, John Walsh probably isn't the most obscure name ever.
Well, I think his nickname was like Scooter Walsh.
Scooter. You're going to start calling this Walsh Scooter?
Yeah. 1-0. Misses inside Jackson Tucker. 317 average entering today. Two-0. Now outside again. It was a leadoff walk to start the first inning. Rushford came home to score on that. 3-0 favorable count to Tucker. That one misses outside. 4-pitch walk. Leadoff runner aboard for the Yalls in back-to-back innings. Let's see what they can do with it here.
Yeah, it's walks both times. And again, the first one was 5 pitches. This one was 4 pitches. It's the same kind of thing. He's just working so quick. And, not that has anything to really do with it, but feels like the walk just goes a lot quicker with how fast he's moving.
Now you got Shadyfeld up here. 2-hit day yesterday. Was also a menace on the base paths. Picked up 2 stolen bases. Stole second and third. Worked himself around the diamond.
He is chasing down history as well. He stands 3 from tying, 4 from breaking the Florence franchise record in stolen bases. 1-0. Off speed gets away from the catcher. Tucker takes advantage on his way to second. 2-0 the count. That's 6 straight balls here from John Walsh.
Yeah. You never, ever want to have command issues, but to do it in this part of the lineup with Tucker and Shaney Felt, the two that you would be putting on base, boy, that is favorable for Florence. Again, this is a 2-0 count. Still far from being over, but just this stretch for Walsh.
Interested to see if that changes the way Shaney Felt approaches this at-bat. Now a runner in scoring position. Does he go to a sacrifice situation now?
Yeah, Shaney Felt's not been afraid to bunt this year.
Now, and he does show it. Off speed is in there for a strike as he pulled back. 2-1.
The other thing it does is a 2-0 count. Just showing bunt sometimes can throw a pitcher off. They're always told to throw in. And
2-1. Nobody out, runner in scoring position. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Either way, a called strike at the bottom of the zone at 84. One ball game here in the bottom of the second. Tucker dancing at second. 2-2 pitch. Off speed, misses upstairs.
It's a good take by Shaney.
Yeah. Walsh really wondering where that one missed. Was kissing the top of the zone on TrackMan, but I think it was just too late to break across. Payoff. Shaney Felt pokes it out towards right field. Pauses playing in. No movement on the base pass from Tucker. That'll be a fly out to right.
It's about as far as you're going to play in as an outfielder. That's poolside, too.
Shaney Felt's had some pop, too, as well. Last few games.
Yeah.
Brings up Dylan Baker. I'd say a single certainly scores Tucker. That one misses downstairs with his speed. Baker, a .259 average. Three for 8 in the series, 2 runs and a K. 1-0. Missing upstairs.
He's had some loud contact this series, too. Some deep flyouts.
Tucker takes off. Now he's going to head back to second. Just a little bit of a fake steal there. That one missed way outside. 3-0. Do not see it often, and now we've seen that similar play twice today.
Yeah.
Skinner did so in the first, and Tucker does so here in the bottom of the second. 3-0, missing inside, a 4-pitch walk, the second of the inning for Walsh, his 3rd overall walk. Brings up the bottom of the order, Zach Beadle.
It's already now the most walks in a start, and obviously a very small sample size for Walsh this year.
Beadle had a nice day in his lone start of the series. 2 for 3 with 2 runs, a walk, and a K. .269 average entering. First pitch to him. Ground ball up the middle off of the glove of the pitcher. Throw goes on to first, and it's in time. That was lace 95 right up the middle there from Beadle. Just a good knockdown there from Walsh. Runners move to second and third safely for the top of the order, Milo Rushford.
Yeah, really good response for him, too, after, that hit him pretty hard. And he's going to wave off the trainer and everything, too. It's a good sign.
Rushford walked. came home to score on the sac fly from Hank Zeisler. He's got 2 runners in scoring position, both with some speed. Single probably brings him home. Slider way outside. Did not see a lot of pitches in the zone or near the zone in his first plate appearance. The 1-0. In there for a strike on the outer half. 1-1. Tell you what, these Margaritaville sunglasses really are just dimming everything.
It's not that sunny. I don't know you need them.
1-1. Ooh, what a front door slider.
Yeah, that's been Walsh's best pitch today so far. We've seen it a few times, especially to these lefties, to Bobo. Saw it twice.
That backed Rushford off the plate. 1-2. Slider breaks away. 2-2. Deuce is wild. Kick the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Full count. Good eye here from Rushford. You know, not really chasing out of his zone.
He's pretty close on track, man. Looks
Yeah.
like.
Full count now. 2 away, runners second and third. Kick the payoff pitch. Fouls it away. We'll do it again.
I thought the umpiring crew's done a pretty nice job this week, too.
Yeah.
Even talking to Zay Richardson after the game yesterday, he had high praise for him.
Florence trying to break the tie. It's 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. Payoff to Rushford. He skies one deep out towards right field. Pause towards the wall. He's not going to get there. 1 hops onto the bullpen. 1 run comes in to score. Baker gets the wave. He's in with a 2-run double from Milo Rushford. Florence takes a 3-1 lead.
That's got to feel good for Milo Rushford. He went through a little bit of a cold spell with the batting average dipping, but his approach has not changed and just kills one. Pull side. Boy, he has been a outstanding midseason addition for Florence.
That one misses outside. Zade Richardson, the batter. Runner in scoring position. Florence now with a 3-1 lead. You know, wasn't even like overly hard hit. It was 84 off the bat.
Yeah.
Sent in off-speed pull side. Really nice job there from Rushford. 1-0. Missing upstairs. 2-0.
It's where these command issues will just kill you if you're Walsh, because Florence has guys that can make you pay.
Yeah. 2 walks in the inning, 3 on the day. All 3 of those walks have come home to score. Zade with a hit already today. 2-0. Does not get a favorable 2-0 pitch. That's way outside. 69 there on the bender. 24-34 spin rate.
It looks like right now the only off speed that's working for Walsh is the slider.
Misses downstairs. That is the third 4-pitch walk of the inning. Puts runners first and second with 2 away for Hank Zeisler.
Yeah, Walsh just doesn't have it today. And Mississippi would obviously love for him to find it, but this might be a situation where you go to the bullpen pretty early.
Well, you know, they stuck with Sanchez yesterday, and he obviously
They
gave
did.
up 5 runs early and then was dialed in the rest of the way. Ended it with 8 Ks.
You almost feel like maybe they, you know, maybe not, maybe so. Maybe they saw the writing on the wall with just Evan Webster being in the groove of things a little bit. Thought it was going to be tough to score 5 runs.
It's true.
You've gotten some guys on base, already gotten a run in the first 2 innings. I mean, this is obviously, by no stretch of the imagination, tough comeback.
Zeisler with an RBI already today, a sacrifice fly to score Rushford. He's got Rushford at second and Richardson at first. Picked up 6 RBIs in the series. Not on the record watch yet, still has 2 to go to tie. Off speed, in there for a strike. It's a good bounce back there from Walsh. From Scooter.
Wonder if that's the first time anyone's ever called up Scooter. Probably is.
Scooter Dubs. Because of the Walsh there, Scooter Dubs. 0-1. Ground ball, foul down the first base line. That was a good piece from Zeisler.
How many barely foul balls do we see from Hank Zeisler?
He does, yeah.
Both ways, early, late, no matter what it is. I mean, it's pretty good at putting the barrel on that ball, huh?
Talented hitter for Florence. He's done it 320 times. Runner takes off from second to third. That one's corked into right center field, dropping in for a base hit. Rushford will jog home to score. Richardson on his way to third. He'll get a stop sign there. An RBI single from Hank Zeisler. Just 1 to tie. Florence on top, 4-1. One more hit to go for Zeisler to tie that record. 2 to break.
Yeah, Zeisler's approach has just been awesome, and he just continues to hit with runners on base and runners at scoring position. Give him now 58 RBIs on the season. We've talked about how crazy Andrew Chick's 60 was. Zeisler's getting close.
Yeah. Garrett Broussard struck out his last time up. It's the only K for Walsh. All of this with 2 outs for Florence. That one's grounded left side. Holt makes the grab. Throw on to first. Offline. Pulls the Fritz off the bag. And a run comes home to score. RBI single there from Garrett Broussard. Florence on top, 5-1.
Another big inning for Florence. That's a close one on that hitter error.
Yeah.
But I just think that Holt's got to go such a long way.
Yeah, Holt had to make a tough play on that. Really hard throw. Ends up pulling off the runner at first, or the first baseman. First pitch to Bobo, misses inside. Florence, 4 runs in the inning. They take a 5-1 lead.
I do beg your pardon. That's 59 RBIs for Zeisler because he had the sac fly back in the first 2.
1-0, misses inside. Really trying to front door Brendan Bobo. Zeisler, 321 hits. 1 away from tying the record. And it's the second inning, so we'll definitely get some more opportunities. 2-0. Punched into center field. It's going to drop in no man's land. Zeisler will get a ride around home. Right on his tail is Broussard. They're going to give a stop sign. An RBI single for Brendan Bobo. Florence keeps the race to the bat rack going. It's 6-1.
Now everybody just wants to get involved here for Florence. Really good piece of hitting for Bobo. It's nothing crazy for Florence. You know, we've seen so many innings. They break open with a lot of power and home runs, but just singling Mississippi to death here.
Yeah.
And the walks, again, are just killer for Walsh.
That's 3 RBI singles in a row for Florence. Their last 5 hitters have reached, and they've hit around in the second inning. Now the man who led things off, Jackson Tucker, once again at the plate. He walked and scored earlier this inning. Runners split the corners, 2 away. First pitch to him, in there for a strike. A walk from Tucker and a walk from Baker. Both were brought in on a 2-run double from Milo Rushford. It was another walk to Richardson, an RBI single from Zeisler. That one's grounded, a 1-hopper over towards short. They go the easy way and get Bobo out at second. 6-4 on the fielder's choice there, but not before Florence scores 5 to take a 6-1 lead into the top of the third when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top half of the third always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Florence with a 6-1 lead in the top of the third. Should feel pretty good for Nathan Lawson. Now the second time through the order. First pitch to Braylon Skinner, the leadoff man, is in there for a strike. Skinner laced one down the right field line for a leadoff double, then was picked off in the first inning. Lawson with a 6-1 lead to work with in the third. 0-1, swing and a miss on the off speed. Top of the third always brings us our Tettemer trivia. Way it works, I read a question top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. The question is live. You can comment your guess in the comment section. I will shout you out here on the broadcast. R Tettemer 9 and Florence _Y'alls. Foul tip there from Skinner to stay alive. Went fishing down at the bottom of the zone on the off speed. Ben, we're going to stick with the trend. Why not? Let's go the whole way through the series. Since the start of the 2020 season, who leads Major League Baseball in stolen bases?
Oh, he went stolen bases
Yeah.
today.
Since the start of the 2020 season, who leads Major League Baseball in stolen bases? My hint, trying to keep it ominous, has never led Major League Baseball in stolen bases. So has never led the league in stolen bases. Didn't want to give, an exact AL or NL or a division. So just has never led the league in stolen bases is our hint today.
Well, my first reactions before hearing that last stat
0-2 misses out.
was Bobby Witt or like Trey Turner, but I really like Jose Ramirez after you said never led the league in stolen bases, because again, the biggest theme, and it worked out for my web answer, and it worked out for my what was the stat on Friday?
That one's fouled away.
Friday
it was innings pitched, and then it was RBIs Friday. Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
I will say the leader in stolen bases is never who you would think, and I think only the recent one I've known, like hey, that's a very good player, is Ronald Acuna,
Yeah.
and other years like Esteury Ruiz, just with some random stat.
Well, again, a big part of it, the point I was getting to, it just has to be someone who hasn't been hurt much. Jose Ramirez, that guy, is never hurt.
Here's the 1-2. Grounder left side, past the diving glove of Broussard into left field for a 2-strike single from Braylon Skinner, his second hit of the day, and a leadoff runner aboard for Mississippi.
Skinner's finally starting to fight it against Florence. 0 for 9 in the first 2 games. I've actually liked how they've handled some of their opponents' better hitters. Go back to that Evansville series. John Ponder, who leads the Midwest Conference, just a lot of offensive categories. He really struggled against Florence. But Ramirez is someone always look at his stolen base stats that it's shocking how many he has. Because he's 55 years old and he's not the skinniest guy in the world, but that's just, people don't understand how, speed obviously has a ton to do with stolen bases, but people overestimate how much speed actually has to do with stolen bases.
Josh Naylor had 30 stolen bases last year, and he has the second slowest sprint time in Major League Baseball. 0-1. Missing inside out of the glove of Beetle, but not far enough for Skinner to take off.
Could it be a Josh Naylor?
1-1 the count.
I'm trying to think how much Naylor's played since 2020. But again, would you just throw the answer out there like that? You have done that before. You really have.
I'm a Josh Naylor fan. 1-1. Skies it out towards right field. Bobo with a beat on it. Heading towards the foul line. Makes the grab for route number 1. Skinner will retreat.
It was a weird angle for Bobo, but just as much as he needed to at the end. But I've listened back. There have been times where you just throw the answer out there in the middle of just bringing up in a different point.
I'm full of all sorts of tricks.
The other thing is, as much as it sounds like they have.
Pickoff attempt. Ooh, very close. They had Skinner leaning a little bit.
Well, that'd be a frustrating first 3 innings for Braylon Skinner.
Yeah, it would be.
I guess Bobby Witt or Trey Turner could have not led the league in stolen bases.
100%. Trey Turner, another back pick over at first. Trey Turner, his stolen base numbers have been, consistent, but it's never amazing. And I'm just speaking as a Phillies fan here.
Yeah.
When we bought him, he was 30, 40 stolen bases early and, has been more conservative. Like never getting out, having these streaks of stolen bases, but just not taking as much of a gamble. That one skied down the left field line, foul.
Well, now I'm not picking Trey Turner.
And again, he's had his consistent stuff. Obviously, I'm just an angry Phillies fan.
Yeah.
I want everything.
That's what you Philly fans do.
Giving him $300 million, you can get 6 more stolen bases than Josh Naylor. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. One away, runner on first. Florence with a 6-1 lead.
Tyler Shaneyfield, the answer?
0-2, punched foul. Do it again. Pause with a single his last time up.
There's a lot of pressure on me because I don't think I've swept a series yet.
Oh, 2. Bounces in the dirt. Beetle can't find it. Skinner on his way to second. He'll be there safely. So a runner in scoring position now for Pause. And a 1-2 count.
First day I went very much against my gut. And I even said that's why you don't trust your gut. But yesterday I just went with the first name I thought of. I don't even know what my gut's telling me right now.
Hard to listen to. Here's the 1-2. Missing outside, 2-2. Lawson trying to put him away. Has the 2 strikeouts so far today. Two-two. Grounder, high hopper, over towards the second baseman, Shaneyfield. He'll glove it, throw on to first, is in time. Bang, bang play over there. 4-3 on the put away. That'll move Skinner just 90 feet away. Now on third. 2 outs for Samil De La Rosa, who had an RBI ground out his last time up.
Yeah, it's a mature play by Shaneyfield, waiting on it, realizing how much speed that Paz has, but still knowing that charging it, he wouldn't have a play.
How about this? Rich Tettemer, just with no clue on this Tettemer trivia, says TC Popcorn.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, I only say this because I also had an awful guess one of the times we talked about stolen bases. But I think
Corey Seager.
So I said Corey Seager, and I think he said J.P. Crawford. I think he said, and both of them had like 35 career stolen bases.
Yeah. 1-0 in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
It's an all-time moment this year on Tettemer Trivia.
Broken bat over towards the third baseman, Broussard. He gloves it, throw across the diamond is in time. Nathan Lawson strands a runner at third. Florence carries a 6-1 lead into the bottom half of the first. Get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the third inning, we do have a new pitcher presented by Hooves Hangout, looking for a clear view of every call. Trust Pella window, or not Trust Pella window and door.
That'll happen.
Yeah, that will happen. Looking forward to the best spot to open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. They will head to the pen early, just 2 innings for Walsh. Now Braden Forsythe, the hard-throwing right-hander, in for Mississippi. Florence is able to hit around in the second. That will chase Walsh out of the game. He goes 2 innings, gives up 5 runs, all of them earned, on 5 hits, 4 walks, and just 1 K. In line for the loss, Forsythe comes in trying to keep this one close. Tyler Schoenfeld will start things off here in the bottom of the third. Again, Florence with a 6-1 lead.
He is not someone who is a long relief guy. You know, you go down by 5 in the third inning and your starter only goes 2. A lot of times you go to somebody who has thrown 3 or 4 innings in a game this year. Does have 1 3-inning appearance, but it's mostly 1 inning, maybe 2 inning appearances for Forsythe this year.
Here's the 0-1 in there for a strike. Nice off speed.
He's one of those. I mean, it's everywhere in college nowadays with the new transportal rules. Man, he couldn't pick a school. Meridian Community College, Ole Miss, University of Tampa, and Houston.
Wow.
So JUCO to SEC to D2 powerhouse.
Ground ball over towards the shortstop, fielded on the backhand. Throw on to first is not in time. Schoenfeld burns himself down the line, picks up an infield single.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a single for most players. It just shouldn't be.
Look at the wheels on Schoenfeld. I mean, that was not even bang, bang, 2. Beat it by a step or 2. Brings up Dylan Baker, a walk and a run scored his last time up. Florence once again has the leadoff runner aboard. Schoenfeld looking for stolen base history. He needs 3 to tie, 4 to break the Florence franchise record. He bouncing around over at first. He'll take off on the wild pitch. Gets over to second safely.
Wild pitch eliminates a chance on that one.
Yeah.
You really feel like he was going to get one. But
1-0 the count to Baker. Still playing Tettemer trivia in the inning. We are staying with the trend since the start of 2020. Who leads Major League Baseball in stolen bases? My hint has never led the league in stolen bases. You still got time to get your guesses in on Twitter. Tettemer9 or Florence_Yalls. 1-0 downstairs, no good. Has Baker seen a strike yet? I think it was a 4-pitch walk his last time up, too.
yeah.
It's 6 balls to Dylan Baker.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the 6 earned is never going to be pretty for John Walsh. The number that defines it, he walked 5 batteries. He didn't strike anyone out.
Baker goes swinging.
Check that. He had 1 strikeout per start in the first, but still 5 walks to the 1 K and 2 innings of work.
Runner in scoring position, a 2-1 count to Baker. 2-1. Off speed in there for a strike. 2-2.
I think I'm going to go Ramirez. I just you're really talking me off Turner and Witt. I don't know if he was stealing bases that much back in 2021.
2-2 misses outside.
And I couldn't even. This is kind of like the web. After those 3 guys, I kind of have a mind block of who else I could even come up with. You know, you brought up Naylor. I wouldn't be shocked, but I would be surprised.
Big swing and a miss there from Baker. He's down on strikes. First K of the day for Forsythe. 1 out and a runner in scoring position.
So I'm just going to stick with J-Ram.
J-Ram is your official guess. Got it. Once again, I do have the stolen base leaders here. Whole list of them. Let's get to some of our other guesses now with 1 away. Zach Beadle at the plate. A ground out to the pitcher his last time up. Was 95 off the bat. And a nice play from the pitcher. Big swing and a miss there. Jacob Brown said Ellie De La Cruz. Andre Padavani said Corbin Carroll. Rich Tettemer, we know, said TC Popcorn. Cam Beatty said Trey Turner. Carter Cousins. There's a stolen base there from Tyler Schoenfeld. Second to third. He's moving over and moves 2 away from tying the record, 3 from breaking.
I mean, the catchers know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, we saw yesterday Victor Diaz had a tough time with it, and now Payne is.
Carter Cousins said Trey Turner as well. Got 2 for Trey Turner. You said Jose Ramirez. We got Ellie De La Cruz, Corbin Carroll. On Twitter, Florence Y'all's Analytics said good changeup, and then a gif of Jose Ramirez, J-Ram. Zach Beadle down on strikes, back-to-back Ks for Forsyth. Brings up Milo Rushford with the runner 90 feet away. Shaney felt that third, 2 outs. Florence with a 6-1 lead. We do have to get to our correct guess. And let's go through our top 10. Got a lot of people in the top 10. Corbin Carroll was a guess. He's number 12 at 132. At number 10 with 145, Nico Horner. Randy Arozarena at 148, he's 9th. Shohei Ohtani at 149, he's 8th.
That's wild.
Ellie De La Cruz with 153 at 7th.
That's pretty crazy. He debuted in 23.
Yeah. Jazz Chisholm, 156. He's in 6th. How about this one? Cedric Mullins, 5th overall, 159. I mentioned him. Ronald Acuna Jr., 167 and 4th. Trey Turner at 173. He's in 3rd.
That feels good.
Bobby Witt Jr. at 178.
Oh,
He's
come
in
on.
2nd. And at 194 from the Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez. A clean sweep from Ben Haller and the Florence Y'all's Analytics crew.
Maybe I should have brought my broom to the ballpark, Rory.
I also forgot to say Zach Jury was on the Jose Ramirez train, and he got it in right away as well. So Zach Jury is going to get the first credit. Then it goes to Florence Y'all's Analytics and yourself. 1-2, swing and a miss. Forsyth allows the leadoff single, but strikes out the side and strands a runner at 3rd. Heading to the top of the 4th, the Y'alls with a 6-1 lead when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN.
Florence up 5 on Mississippi. The driver's seat for a sweep over the Bud Monsters. First series back from the All-Star break. Nate Lawson will climb the hill for his 4th inning of work. 3 innings of 1-run baseball so far. 4 hits and a couple of strikeouts. Has not walked a batter. 5, 6, 7, Holt, Booker, and Payne start things off in the top of the 4th. If you missed the 3rd inning of Tettemer Trivia, Jose Ramirez, the right answer, and I, of course, yours truly, swept the series on Tettemer Trivia. I called my shot yesterday, too. I asked for that question. About another since 2020's question. First pitch fastball hit hard, but right at Garrett Broussard. He's got another play. It'll throw over to first in time for out number one. That's back-to-back groundouts over to third by Mississippi hitting. So 6-1 is Florence's lead. They're just out hitting Mississippi 6-4. In the top of the fourth, Thomas More Stadium. Kyle Booker. It's been red hot this series. He'll step at the left-handed batter's box. Oh, beautiful off-speed. Called strike on that outside corner. 72 miles an hour, lands a curveball on the outer part. Booker 5 for 8 in the series coming into today. Just a strikeout swinging in this afternoon's game. 0-1, he laces a single back up the middle. One hops into the outfield as Tucker picks it up and throws it back in. A hit in all 4 innings so far for Mississippi. That's their 5th of the game. Runner on first with 1 out for the bottom third of this Mississippi lineup, and Tevis Payne. Payne, of course, the beer batter of the game for the second straight game, and he sure made Florence fans happy with the strikeout yesterday. Little extended half-off beer with another beautiful Rocket Saturday from Thomas More Stadium last night. First pitch is a fastball right on the inside corner for a strike to Payne. No start in game 1 of the series, but the 300 hitting catcher is as versatile as it gets. He played right field yesterday to give Paws an off day. Fouls this back into the net. Lawson goes up 0-2 again. And now getting the start at catcher is Victor Diaz, the brother of Yanier Diaz of the Houston Astros. He gets an afternoon off after catching the first 2 of the series. Throwaway pitch on the 0-2. Lawson's been up 0-2 in a lot of counts. His command has been pretty good today. Hasn't walked a batter. He has hit 1, but that was just the second batter of the game on a fastball that ran way in. You could tell he hasn't been 100% in hitting his spots today. Left a couple too many over the plate that Mississippi's done some damage with, but they haven't been able to string enough together. Just the 1 run of the first inning for Mud Monster hitting today. Out of the stretch of 1-2, off the end of the bat into right center. Schoenfeld sprinting back. It's going to be Bobo who makes the play. Fakes a throw to first, but enough speed for Booker to get back to the bag. 2 retired here in the top of the fourth. Brings up Shelley. 3 left on for Mississippi, 1 in each of the first 3 innings. Florence trying to make it another. Fastball fouled back again. Florence shifted pretty heavy on Shelley his first time up. Shaney felt the second baseman was even with the second base bag. And he lined it opposite way to the one guy sitting on the right side of the infield, Hank Zeisler. So he's 0 for 1 today. Fastball up at his eyes, 85 miles an hour. Evens the count up at 1-1. Lawson working for the first base side of the rubber. Short look to first. Comes home, fires the 1-1 to the dirt. Played his college ball for each side of Kentucky. Each side of Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky and then Western Kentucky were his 2 college stops. Western Kentucky having a pretty good run these last few years in Conference USA. 2-1 liner. That's going to go over the head of Baker and drop into left field. And Booker is on his horse. He's heading for third base. A good throw in there, and they did not get him. Umpires had to rotate a little bit. That was the home plate umpire, Dylan Self, going all the way over to third base, and a really good slide by Booker into third. The throw from Tucker was just a tad late. Broussard was playing pretty far up that third base bag. Here comes Toby Hall with the runners on the corners at 2 outs to talk with Nate Lawson. See some moans and groans from the Florence faithful, but I think that was a pretty good call by Self despite being out of position. First mound meeting of the game for Hall. Well, an opportunity here for Mississippi, but it's their 9-hole guy, Slater Shield, with them on the corners. 2 outs, trailing by 5. First pitch, fastball in, brings Beadle out. Shield bounced out to third his first time up. He's got 20 RBIs in the season, hitting in the 9-hole. He's going to split some time at second. It's his second start of the series, but he didn't start game 1. It was Nathan Rose over at second. Fastball, and right on a line by Schoenfeld. Kind of an in-betweener. Schoenfeld took charge and got it before it hit the ground to strand a couple of runners. A couple more base hits in the inning for Mississippi, but still nothing across in the inning. 6-1 Florence going to the bottom of the 4th. The Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Second inning out of relief for Forsyth. Just here in the bottom of the 4th, it was a quick pitching change for Mississippi, as Florence will continue to try to pour on to Mississippi. 14 runs in the first 2 games of the series, resulted in 2 wins, looking for a 3-game sweep of the Mud Monsters. Already clinched the season series win over Mississippi. That score is now 5-3. It's just a 9-game season matchup between Mississippi and Florence. Richardson, Zeisler, and Broussard. So in this inning, Zeisler has a chance to tie the Florence all-time record in base hits. Zade Richardson will start things off, though. Again, just his second start of the series. First start hitting second for Florence this weekend. It's mostly been where he has been, the 2-hole, the 5-hole. Couple of starts in the cleanup spot for the DH. Fouls it back. Reached both times today with a single in the first and a walk in the second. After that tough appearance for Walsh, Forsyth settled in pretty well, gave up 1 hit in his inning of work, and then he struck out the side right after. Slider right down the middle of the zone here to Richardson, called strike 2. Mississippi goes from a lefty to a righty. 0-2's off the plate. I think that was maybe a very encouraging sign, too, is that Florence hasn't handled lefties too well this year. And they did get to Walsh. 1-2 pitch, just a tad below the knees here to Richards. Told us he might change things up a little bit in his stance to looking for a little more power. He's going to close his stance a bit, narrow it up. Forsythe started him off 0-2. It's run full now to start the inning. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball. Richardson spoils it all the way back to the Florence dugout. Well, a lot of day games going on right now, so how about we get you that iScore out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Thornbush Whiskey. Thornbush is a new frontier of the world of whiskey. It's bold, smooth, and wildly unexpected. Richardson fouls one again down the right field line. Starting to put together a pretty good AB. Come try the new official cocktail of the Florence Yalls at Thomas More Stadium. Few of these teams playing later today on Sunday, but no too late Sunday evening games. Really only Evansville and Windy City. They play at 6:05 tonight. Another payoff pitch that Richardson skies out to left field. Booker tracking at the track and will have it. That ball just kept carrying, but didn't quite have enough. One down in the inning now as Hank Zeisler will come up one away from tying the Florence all-time record in base hits. It's been a season of chasing down these records, the franchise records. Few of them down. Base hits surely will be the next one. He takes the first pitch, it fouls it down the first base line. I mean, it's just another season in the office for Hank Zeisler. Stats just continue to look the same, consistent, .335 batting average. Now he's up to 9 homers. Leads the team with 59 RBIs. His next RBI will be at the 60.2. Fouls another one into the net, so down 0-2 in this count with one out and nobody on base. Seen him get the runs scored and RBI records already this year. Forsythe out of the stretch, another 0-2 pitch. Grounded to the right side, won't happen here. It's gloved by Shield and a flip over to Fritz for out number 2. 2 down in order and 5 straight in order in the last 2 innings of work here for Forsythe. Garrett Broussard will try to make sure it's not a 1-2-3 inning, a strikeout and an RBI single in his first 2 plate appearances. Fastball hard off the plate. It's the second straight game. Florence has had a 5-run lead. Mississippi, boy, did they make some things interesting yesterday. Brought the game-tying run on deck in the 9th. They scored 2, a 2-run home run by Kyle Booker. Fridays went a little different. That was back and forth. It did not feel quite as safe as yesterday's. 2-0 Broussard punched foul. He's the all-time games played leader for Utah Valley. Playing third base for Florence. Talk about how many plays he's gotten over at third base, how many opportunities he's gotten at the hot corner this weekend. Someone who just is obsessed with the game of baseball, puts in the work, and is just getting better every day for the Yalls. No matter what spot in the lineup he's hitting at, he's hitting. 3 RBIs hitting cleanup for Florence yesterday. 3 for 10 in the series coming into today. He's got a hitter's 3-1 count here and a 5-pitch walk. It's the first walk that Forsyth has surrendered. A little bit of 2 out base runners for Florence with Brendan Bobo coming to hit. Low crouch for Bobo, trying to adjust his stance. Takes a first pitch, called strike on that outer part. 2 for 9 in the series so far, couple of strikeouts. That was before today. Got his 3rd hit of the series when he was the back end of 3 consecutive RBI singles in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball of the dirt. Even 1-1. Forsyth has only gone more than 2 innings once this year, but if he can get out of it with this Bobo at bat, I have a very good feeling that they're going to send him out for the 5th, maybe the 6th innings, depending how the 5th would go. Swing and a miss, put a fastball way outside of Bobo, and he chased it. But this, too, it's a 6-1 game. In the top of the 2nd, those 2 hits, or top of the 4th, rather, the 2 hits for Mississippi now tied Florence in base hits. They each have 6, but Florence with a 5-run lead. Runner takes off. 1-2 pitches outside of the throw. Gets into center field. Stolen base here for Garrett Broussard. Thought about going to 3rd on the bad throw.
I think that's Broussard's first of the year. Yeah, that's his first stolen base of the year.
How about that? Can run a little bit. Pitcher's outside, too, so it's 2-2 on Bobo. This one's way outside. The count is now full. On the California native. Payoff pitch incoming. Out of the stretch, and this one is cranked out to right center, but playable. Out in center, it's Skinner, who's got it in front of the warning track to record out number 3. So a 2-out walk and a stolen base. That's all that happens in the bottom of the 4th. Florence still 6-1 lead. Go to the 5th. Frontier League Network, powered by HDM. It'll be Nate Lawson facing the 3rd time through the lineup for Mississippi to start off the top of the 5th inning. Comfortable cushion for his Florence Y'alls, a 6-1 lead, despite a tie in base hits between these two teams at 6 apiece. It's Braylon Skinner's 3rd time, called strike on the outer corner. Skinner, his first 2 hits of the series, started for two day for him, a ground rule double and then a stolen base. Was picked off a second base the first time he reached after that ground rule double. 0-1 for Lawson. It's cranked into right. One hops in front of Bobo, and Bobo has a little bit of trouble with it, but picks it back up in time. And Skinner was just jogging to first base, so he'll stay there. But a 3-hit day for the Mississippi All-Star leadoff hitter. So Mississippi now out hitting Florence 7-6. And despite him getting picked off, always dangerous on the base paths is Skinner. He'll start with a large lead over at first as A.J. Fritz steps in. And immediately first pitch taken off for second, and that'll eliminate a double play. Would be tailor-made, but a grounder right to short ends up just being a 6-3 putout because Skinner was taken off for second base. He gets there safely. 1 out, but a man in scoring position in the top of the 5th for Mississippi.
Yeah, had no chance at that one. I mean, he was fielding that as Skinner was sliding in.
Here is Correll Paz. He's first pitch swinging.
Mississippi's out hitting Florence.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
7-6.
The top of the inning. And
pretty amazing.
yep. Hits in all 5 innings so far for Mississippi. 2 of them have a couple of base hits. But Lawson's done a great job of being able to spread them out. That's the thing. Hits in every inning, but no inning has had more than 2 base hits. That's why Lawson's been so effective today. Pause fouls it back. Couple of foul balls. He's got the 0-2 count. Skinner and Baker chatting it up over at second base. Oh, 2 fastballs fired to the dirt. And I just realized we started the out-of-town scoreboard, but then the Hank record watch kind of distracted us. There's only a few games happening right now. Schaumburg and Joliet are playing out in Schaumburg. They just got to the bottom of the 2nd there. There's no score, but Schaumburg is threatening with a couple of runners on base. Sussex County and Brockton, the 2 teams in the Atlantic that Florence has yet to face and will face this year. Fastball way up. Beadle loses it. I think that's going to go as a pass ball. Yeah, Skinner will jog down to third base. He's 90 feet away in a sacrifice situation of less than 2 outs. Miners and Rocks tied at 4 in the bottom of the 8th over in Brockton. And just 2 more games in action. Lake Erie and Gateway are playing a close one. A 3-2 Crushers lead over the Grizzlies at the bottom of the 4th up in Avon, Ohio. And then Ottawa's got a 3-1 lead over down east. Count even 2-2 after the pass ball on Fritz, or rather Paz. Grounder to Zeisler. He's going to fake going home and then step on first. You know, I think that might just be having some fun. I don't know what advantage you would get after faking that throw, but makes the easy play. And I do think that's the right play with a 5-run lead. It's now a 4-run lead, 6-2.
Yeah, Mississippi able to squeak one across. 2 outs, space is empty now. You reset for Lawson. It's the 3rd time through the order. These things happen.
Fastball popped up. Shallow right, Bobo coming in. That's one of Lawson's best innings, despite the run. Works around that single, and steals the base, gets over on a pass ball. He scores, but they keep a 4-run lead halfway home. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Florence, the 6-2 lead over Mississippi on the Frontier League Network, powered by HCA. Hooves hang out pitching change for Mississippi, already their second today as we're just in the bottom of the fifth. But a reminder that if you're looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards, you gotta visit Reds reliever J.J. Hoover. And Hooves hang out today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. Just 2 innings there for Braden Forsythe, not quite the long relief they might have wanted. Here's someone who can give you a couple of innings but struggled this year. Tristan House with a 7.46 ERA and an 0-1 record in 20 appearances for Mississippi so far this year. Somewhat of a bullpen innings eater for the Mud Monsters. Last time out came against Windy City where he gave up 2 runs in an inning and a third, but some of his best work of the season before that. Nonetheless, he comes in at a 4-run deficit at 6-2 Florence. Bottom of the 5th inning from Thomas More Stadium as Florence goes for the sweep. 6, 7, 8 for the Ulls. Tucker, Schoenfeld, Baker, ton of speed to start off the inning. Book closed on Forsythe. 2 innings of scoreless baseball, just 1 hit, 1 walk, and he struck out 3. A lot like yesterday, looking similar, where all of Florence's offense has come in the first 2 innings. Ended up getting 1 later in yesterday's game. A grounder right back off the mound, but well played at second by Shield, and still has plenty of time to make the play to retire Tucker on 1 pitch. Now it's Tyler Schoenfeld, who is the Wendy's double stack batter today. That double stack batter, thanks to Wendy's, they deliver high quality food transparently. Grab a juicy double stack today at your local Wendy's. Mississippi trainer going to have a very short-lived look over at Tevis Payne, the Mississippi catcher, as Schoenfeld stands in. 1 out, nobody out, a 4-run game. Fastball thrown at 92 miles an hour. It catches a piece of the lower part. Schoenfeld tracking down that franchise stolen base record. Stole a base in the 3rd inning when he reached on a single. Now 2 away from tying it, 3 away from breaking it. Fastball cranked hard, but right at Fritz. Will walk over to first base. Schoenfeld doesn't even give it a courtesy jog over to first. That is 2 quick outs here for House. See if he can make it a 1-2-3 inning against Dylan Baker. Fastball. Called a strike to the Florence shortstop. Yet to put a ball in play today. A walk and a strikeout at his first 2 plate appearances. 3-hit series for him. Comes back with an off-speed, 80-mile-an-hour changeup. That's right down the middle of the zone, 0-2. That's been efficient. Only 1 ball in this inning so far. Doesn't walk a whole lot of batters, but I think that was part of the problem in the Windy City outing. His last time out, he did end up walking a couple. Both of them came around to score. 0-2, single for Baker into left. That hard line drive gets to Booker in a hurry. Mississippi no longer out hitting Florence, even though it's a 4-run lead. Florence just now ties Mississippi in hits with 7 of them. As the 9-hitter, Zach Beadle, has a chance with the runner on base. Beadle also a strikeout victim his last time up with Forsythe on the mound. First pitch fastball, top of the zone strike, again at 92 miles an hour. This is the hardest fastball that Florence hitting has seen so far today. Lefty, righty, righty for Mississippi, and they're pitching. Beetle punches one foul. Florence catcher starting to work back into that starting catcher role. After he missed some time and had some limited playing time with injury, never actually went on the IL. And he's not going to start catch every game, obviously. No catcher does, but it's probably going to be a consistent 2 starts for Beetle, 1 start for Harbison down the stretch, as long as both of those two are healthy. House throws over to first. Baker not a huge lead. 0-2's in the dirt. Baker will use that to take off to second, but a good throw down, and Baker beats it. Moves into scoring position. Just a single should score him now to try to get that run back from the top of the 5th that Mississippi scored. Short conversation here for Payne with House. Beetle just the 10 RBIs, again with limited playing time. Still looking for his first homer. Only Florence offensive player that has yet to homer this year. Florence sits at 30 and 28 on the season. It felt like it was pretty fitting going into the All-Star break at 500 as Beetle skies one to left. But it is pretty shallow, and Booker will come up and glove it for out number 3. So another man on for Florence, this time on a base hit, but Tristan House, the new pitcher, able to work around it. We go to the 6th. Florence still leads 6-2. Mississippi back to the plate on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Still late, Nate Lawson on the mound as he will try to complete 3 times through the order against Mississippi hitting. He'll get to the middle now. 5 innings of 2-run baseball as Florence Yalls have a comfortable 6-2 lead over Mississippi. Travis Holt, Kyle Booker, 2 of the Mississippi veterans, to start things off against him in the 6th. 6-2 lead for Florence, but we're knotted up at 7 hits apiece. And the first offering is just a tad above the zone to Holt. He's working on it 0 for 2 day. A strikeout and a ground out to third base. After a 3 for 7 start to the series, he walked a couple times, 1 in each of the first 2 games of the series. Both of those resulted in Florence wins, so the Yalls going for a sweep as Booker fouls one back. One beautiful breaking pitch. Doesn't quite bite enough into the zone. Get a little chatter from the Florence dugout who thought that was a strike, but looks like it was just a bit inside. Lawson has not found himself behind the counts many times today. Here's a pretty good slider. Swing and a miss from Holt. Mississippi in their second year of existence in Pearl, Mississippi. Their second year in the Frontier League, and Holt and Booker are two guys who have helped start that franchise. Holt at the plate, Booker on deck. Holt's the all-time leader in home runs. Booker the all-time leader in games played and hits. Foul back. When you talk about Shaney Felton Zeister for Florence chasing history, a little different standard for that history over in Mississippi, but still meaningful nonetheless. The count stays at 2-2. Breaking ball out to left, and Rushford initially went up. Now he's going to go back and leap at the wall. He can't make the play. One hops the wall. Good throw from Tucker in, but Holt was on his horse the whole time. He'll get into second with a lead-off double. That is now hits in all 6 innings for Mississippi, but again, no more than 2 in any of those innings. It's their 8th hit of the game. The first for Holt. Lawson steps off before throwing his first pitch here to Booker. Strikeout and a single at his first 2 plate appearances. It's his first opportunity with a runner in scoring position today. Each time that Mississippi has had a runner in scoring position, they have scored. One on the first and then one just an inning ago in the 5th. 1-0 fastball cranked early, just bouncing in front of the kid zone. Brendan Bobo will make sure that one of those kids gets a souvenir. That evens this count up at 1-1. Pretty impressive for Mississippi. Their first year as a franchise last year. Didn't quite get the nod for the playoffs. They were the first team left out of the playoffs. But they did finish above 500, 49-47. That was back before the schedule got expanded to 102 games. It was just 96. And in those 96 games, there were 2 games over 500. The only team that missed the playoffs at over 500 in the entire league. Another foul ball. Starting to put together a pretty good at-bat. They use Booker as it's just the second strike, 2-2. Toby Hall going to come out and talk with Zach Beadle and their athletic trainer Patrick McCormick. Looks like he's pointing at his hand right now. So lefty warms for Florence out in the bullpen. Don't have an exact eye of who it could be. But process of elimination with it being a lefty means it's not going to be McAvoy the closer. It's either Milburn or Lynch. We saw Jake Lynch in game 1. I've not seen Milburn out of the pen yet in this series. Hard ground ball. A good job by the Mississippi first base coach to get out of the way. The count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looks like that, I think, is going to be Jake Lynch. First to relieve Lawson. Runner on second. Still nobody out in the inning. The 2-2 pitch is again fouled off. I think maybe the most impressive ability for Lawson that he's shown. Just his ability to not get too worried and keep his heart rate down with guys on base. finally in this long 2-2 count, Booker's going to take his timeout. But, yeah, 59 and 57, or 49 and 47 rather, last year for Mississippi, just out of the playoffs. I'll tell you what, the standings in the Midwest Conference look extremely different than they did last year. Last ball inside, and it's ball 4. And the runner will take off for third without Beadle even realizing. Oh, no, it hit him. Okay, that's what happened. I was going to say, I thought it was only a 2-2 count. It ran inside, and then Booker started jogging to first. Holt got to third. They're going to wave him back over to first base, so still no walks for Lawson, but that is his second hit by pitch, and now Toby Hall will go out and have a conversation. This might be it for him. Couple of runners on and nobody on base here in the top of the 6th. Lynch has been warming for some time, but Hall is yet to make a motion towards the bullpen. I mentioned the standings just because there weren't a whole lot of close battles for the last spot in the playoffs. I mean, it's crazy because the 4th seed in the West Conference last year was Lake Erie at 52 and 42. As it stands right now, Florence would be the 4th seed of the playoffs this season. Just 2 games over 500 right now. They're 30 and 28. There wasn't really much of a competition either in the East. I guess maybe a little bit more. Ottawa 6 games above 500, fighting it out with New York. Breaking ball, cold strike down the middle of the plate. They were fighting it out with New York. Ottawa 6 games above 500. New York was 9 games above 500. So I guess they missed the playoffs by 3 spots. A 1-1 count working from the first base side of the rubber. 2 on, nobody out. A prime opportunity for Payne and his Mississippi Mud Monsters, who were trailing by 4. Couple of runs in the inning, and you certainly make things interesting as Lynch continues to warm for Florence. Payne's at a 1-for-2 day. And that ball is called a ball. I mean, that ball is right down the middle. It's not even touching the outline of the zone. Top half. Lawson getting no favors. Goes down to this count 2-1. That fastball is up and away. I'll give Self the benefit of the doubt because I do think he's had a pretty good zone today. Just blatantly missed one there. But a 3-1 count now on the beer batter Payne. Fastball right down the middle of the plate. Get me over to run the count full. But I think the craziest thing about the standings last year, too, Tri-City did not win their division. They did not win the North. They were 62 and 34. It's just what's going to happen when you play in the same division as Quebec. You go 28 games over 500, and you don't win your division. Payne a little late on the full count pitch. Fouls it down the right field line to stay alive for the count. With holdover at second, Booker at first for the rookie. Payne, who's just been consistent since he's got the call to Mississippi. 2-hit day in his professional debut. Try another payoff pitch. Singled back up the middle. First move for Holt was back to second, so he will not score. Booker over to second. Station to station, bases loaded with nobody out. Game tying run to the plate. New man onto the mound as Toby Hall makes a move towards the mound. Pitching change for Florence as Mississippi threatens. We'll be right back on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Our first Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change of the game. With a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area today at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. How about the first bullpen appearance of the season for Isaac Milburn, who's been a big part of the rotation for the majority of the year. They made a move going into the All-Star break that they want him coming out of the pen. And how about your first bullpen appearance of the year coming with the bases loaded and nobody out in a 4-run lead, the game-tying runs at the plate, and Nathan Shelley, or Joshua Shelley.
And Milburn kind of holds everything here for Lawson. I mean, it's going to determine whether it was a good outing or a bad outing. Obviously, the 9 hits is extremely high across 5 innings of work. Right now, just 2 runs. If all 3 of these come across, it's going to look a lot different.
Dylan Self going to call some time to grab a baseball from behind the plate. First pitch to him was a ball. So Milburn, his last few starts, they didn't go as planned. Did have a really good start against Gateway, 1 run in 4 innings, but 4 and 3 run appearances in 3 innings and a third in each of his last 2. A 1-0 pitch is popped up high in the infield. This will save a run. Over at short, Dylan Baker will have it in infield grass. Huge first out there for Milburn. Yeah, so obviously the runs not final yet here for Milburn, but 4+ innings, 5+ innings of 9-hit baseball. He only struck out a pair. He hit 2. He did not walk a batter. And it's Slater Shield, the 9-hole hitter, now with 1 out and the bases loaded. He's going to swing at the first pitch and hit one into shallow right. A diving grab by Bobo. Throw to home. The run will score. But a beautiful play out in right field to potentially save another. Mississippi cuts it to 3, but Milburn gets his second out of the inning.
Yeah. And it's a big-time gamble there from Brendan Bobo. If you don't make that diving catch, that is off for the races.
So you think about the situations here. If he just lets that drop in front of him, it'll score just 1 because the runners were waiting up.
Yeah.
Bases loaded here with 1 out. So you like the gamble now because it paid off because he had 2 outs. But, boy, I mean, you could be looking at a 1-run game if he doesn't make that play, potentially even a tie game. Swing and a miss here for Braylon Skinner. We've seen that happen here at Thomas More Stadium on a diving play attempt, especially with that one getting all the way to the corner. Well, here's the All-Star who's had a beautiful day. 3 hits, 3 for 3. And he's got an opportunity as the game-tying run, a 6-3 game with 2 outs. The runners are on first and second. The leadoff guy, Skinner. Nice curveball there for Milburn at 77. Landed in the top part of the zone. Put Skinner down in an 0-2 hole. Just 3 strikeouts in the last 2 starts for Milburn. Those numbers have gone down. 0-2 fastball misses low. We talked about him kind of similar to Lawson, but he just gives up a lot of hits. And Lawson has been able to work around those a little bit better than Milburn had in his starts. Last 5 starts for Isaac Milburn. Total of 32 base hits. It's over 6 hits per start. Still ahead of this count, 1-2. Curveball put on the outside. Opposite batter's box. Evens this count up at 2-2. Mississippi now out hitting Florence 9-7. 2-2 pitch almost ran up and hit Skinner. He had to kind of dance out of the way. On a fastball up and in, brushed him off at 90 miles an hour. Haven't seen a ton of those fastballs from Milburn yet. Runners will be off, though. A 3-2 count and 2 outs. 3-run lead for Florence. Mississippi threatening still in the bottom of the 6th. It's Booker over on second and Payne on first. Payoff pitch is grounded right at Shaney Felt. Bobbles it off his chest, picks it up, and throws to first in time. How about the job for Isaac Milburn? Comes in with the bases loaded and nobody out, and he surrenders just 1 run. It's 6-3. Florence still up by 3. Go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll have this state baseball history on the other end of the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Another pitching change for Mississippi. Already their third reliever of this game. And, of course, always brought to you by Hooves Hangout. It's going to be Dallas Woolfolk, the big righty, to replace Tristan House. And always a reminder, if you're looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards, visit Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. So just one inning for Tristan House. I expected maybe a little bit more, but Mississippi's had to use 3 different pitchers to get through the first 5. Florence has scored 6 on them. 1 in the top of the 6th, though, for Mississippi to make it a 3-run game. 6-3, top of the lineup for Woolfolk. Rushford, Richardson, and Zeisler. Rushford reached his first 2 times up before striking out in the third. He got a plate appearance in each of the first 3 innings. A walk and a 2 RBI single to his name today. First pitch that Woolfolk throws is a fastball at 93 miles an hour, the fastest Florence has seen today, and it catches a piece on the outer corner for a strike. ERA sitting just below 7 and 20 appearances for Woolfolk this year. Breaking ball, cold strike on that inner part. 13 of those 20 appearances have come with Mississippi, and some with Schaumburg too. Breaking ball inside on Rushford. Well, top of the 6th inning, or bottom of the 6th inning, we'll give you this date in baseball history. Always brought to you by Furniture Fair. Style, comfort, value. That's the Furniture Fair promise. Visit your local showroom or shop online today at FurnitureFair.net. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Milo Rushford. Not a ton today on this date in baseball history, but Rory, today is a great for half birthdays. This one's going to single into right field. Hard line drive for Milo Rushford. His second hit of the day. Today is the half anniversary of Indiana football's national championship, the greatest day of my life. January 19th. Today is July 19th, 6 months later.
Greatest day of your life. Not the All-Star game last week. And be completely honest, because your job is on the line.
Well, am I supposed to be honest, or am I supposed to save my job?
No,
that's
the honesty should be saving your job.
We'll give it a tie then. Am I allowed to do that? Fastball top of the zone to strike. Tell you what, I didn't get a lot of sleep in either of those days. I'll say that.
There you go.
Out in front of a breaking ball, Richardson down 0-2 early. Some interesting ones, though. Cy Young gets his 500th career victory as the Cleveland Indians beat the Washington Senators 5-4 in 11 innings. 500 career wins.
Man.
The most recent one they have on here, hard grounder, and just past the diving glove is Shelley. So now Rushford's going to round second and get all the way to third as Booker throws it back in. Another Zade Richardson single. He's been on 3 times today. It's his second hit. And the Florence, you also have them on the corners as Hank Zeisler continues to go for history with nobody out. They try to add some insurance to here in the bottom of the 6th. And most recent, 1994, the Kingdome, home of the Seattle Mariners, was closed after 4 ceiling tiles fell nearly 180 feet into the stands behind home plate. The Mariners were forced into a 22-day road trip before the season was cut short by the players' strike.
Wow. Those players' strikes were pretty prominent back in the day.
They were. This one's fouled back down the third base line. A lot of, worry about if there's going to be a holdout next year too.
100% going to be a holdout.
It started to look towards the middle of the year that maybe there wasn't. But, yeah, the thought ever since halfway in the offseason last year and even a couple years ago was that this would be the year.
They've made some, proposals. And I actually was like, oh, those aren't bad proposals. The players' union comes back. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're never going to get everyone to
Yeah.
do it. 1-1, Zeisler out to center, right at Skinner. Late adjustment to come up. Should score another one. Actually, it's a good throw. I spoke too soon. Braylon Skinner with a bullet. And they're going to say the
Wow.
ball came out of the transfer, even though there was no transfer.
Also blocked the plate.
Toby Hall storming out to the plate. He's before he even talks to the home plate umpire, Dylan Self, he signals to Dunkel and to Muriente, the infield umpires, hey, we got to talk about this. I mean, there's got to be a transfer for it to come out of the transfer.
That is true.
Not to take away from an outstanding throw from Skinner.
No,
and
he's
an
got a great
absolute
arm.
commentator's jinx from me.
Let's
But
take another
yeah,
look.
I mean, there's no chance for
Here you go again.
Rushford to ever get to the plate, too.
I don't even know if you had to move in front of the
No,
plate,
he didn't
though.
hold on to the ball.
I don't know if you have to even move in front of the plate for that ball. He's completely blocking it. There's 2 arguments there.
And each of us seem to be going a different direction.
Yeah.
The different arguments. So
It's never good when they come over and talk to you.
Zeisler looking for another sac fly. It was a short meeting between the 3 umpires. Now Toby Hall is going to come out to talk to the crew chief, Jose Muriente. Looks like Self trying to knock him off his path a little bit, too, before he gets out there. Still just the 3 ejections on the season for Hall. That all came in or 4 of them. That all came in a decently short span.
Yeah,
And
4 of them.
Bang, bang play at the plate. Where, again, the throw beat him by a mile. And a lot of credit to Braylon Skinner. Boy, how good of a player is he?
Yeah. 3 hits today.
3 hits today.
Some really good defense and obviously a rocket of an arm.
Yeah. Does not look like Toby Hall is going to get the outcome that he wanted. He's going to stay in this game despite the arguments.
It's a bad call to say the transfer, without a doubt. I mean, that's just terrible because I've never seen, a transfer calling a play at the plate. What are they transferring for?
He flipped over and the ball
Yeah.
just came. He dropped the ball.
Yeah,
That's
that
gonna
guy
be the first
head-on
out of the inning.
collision,
Yeah.
collision with Milo Rushford. Yeah, let me transfer this ball real quick.
Richard was staying put over at first base. Maybe had a chance to get the second on that. Fastball in. But 1 out and erases the guy off base. Still the 3-run game, too. Richardson stays put at first base for the cleanup man, Garrett Broussard. Fastball, Broussard fouled back. So we're hoping the Zeisler family has made it back off their flight at this point. If it was a 10 a.m. flight,
I don't know.
it's 3:17, so 5 hours, 17 minutes. I think they should be landing about now. They didn't miss it. We'll say that for Zeisler. Swing and a miss on a pitch way outside. And Broussard goes down now 1-2. Still playing the state in baseball history. 1982, in this first Old Timers All-Star Classic played at Washington's RFK Stadium in front of 29,000 fans. The American League won 7-2. Fastball off the plate. Old Timers Classic, huh?
Sounds like something Kurt would play in.
That's Kurt Kramer's nickname, the Old Classic.
The Old Classic. Here's Old Classic Kurt Kramer.
Well, he's got the record for most nicknames. I think we've gone through a ton of them on the broadcast.
He does have a lot.
Meanwhile, counts full on Broussard with just 1 or 2 outs. I forgot that's a double play because of the fly out too. I've been saying 1 out the whole time. Richardson off on that. I think he was a little late realizing too with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. I didn't realize either. It's okay, Zaid. Doesn't matter. He gets to second, first at second on the walk.
Wouldn't a big 3-run homer here be nice from Brendan Bobo? Is that too much to ask for?
Number 12 on the season.
Yeah, just give you some
Do you have Bobo
more
on the home run
insurance.
board? Is that what you're
No, I don't. No, I don't. I had Zaid. But I'm just saying, wouldn't that be nice? Really, just give you
That'd
some
be great
cushion.
for the game scoreboard. So is Florence going to keep Milburn out there for the 7th too? That's another question.
There's nobody warming up.
Yeah.
Obviously, can provide some length.
Hasn't pitched in a while. Bobo into that squat with the All-Star break and everything.
Yeah.
RBI single back in the 2nd inning. This is a pretty fun one. Rick Farrell of the Boston Red Sox hit a home run off of his brother, Wes, pitching for the Cleveland Indians. Wes also homered in that game. Hard line or foul on the first base line. That is marking the only time the two connected in the same contest. Are there any other games where 2 brothers homered in the same game? You know there's father and son, obviously, with senior and junior.
Seager brothers ever get to play together?
Maybe.
We do have Marley Zeisler chiming in, says, you guys are the best. We're watching in our phone.
Rounded to second to end the inning, but
they're on the Uber. They're on the Uber on the way home.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Well,
she also expressed her displeasure about the call at the plate.
I think we're all in agreement there. That'll do it for the 6th. Florence threatens, but Mississippi gets out of a runners on the corners with nobody out jam. It's still a 3-run lead, and Cowboy Kurt Kramer, the old classic, coming to the 7th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Top half of the 7th inning, Florence with a 6-3 lead over the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Another inning of work for Isaac Milburn. He'll face 2-3-4, the top of the order for Mississippi. Fritz, Paz, and De La Rosa. There's a line shot over towards Dylan Baker, who was able to corral it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. We are joined by Cowboy, better late than never, old classic Kurt Kramer. Kurt, how are you doing today?
What was the other one? There was another one. Better late than never was one that he put in after he was unhappy about one of our nicknames.
Unreliable, Kurt.
Oh, unreliable. Yeah.
The nicknames are just piling up this year, much like some of the bad calls we're seeing.
There you
from
go.
These umpires.
Off speed in there for a strike to the lefty Paz, who's 1 for 3 today. 0 for 1 count. We are going to continue with our 2026 Donruss box. Kurt, me and you both thinking this might be a loaded box.
She's hot, baby.
Yeah. Now, you got the win yesterday with a numbered Mike Piazza. We were looking up Piazza's stats and, comparing him to the rest of, catchers in Major League Baseball history. He's got the highest batting average, some of the most home runs.
308 lifetime.
Pretty amazing.
Piazza. I was surprised by that. I didn't think he was over 300, but, to me, that puts him in the top 5.
Piazza's certainly in the top 5.
Johnny Bench, Yogi Berra, Gary Carter, Mike Piazza.
We've had this conversation a couple times now. Earlier in the season, remember, we're going through the.
You know what's fun? I've talked to guys that have got to watch, that grew up in the Big Red Machine era, and without a doubt, they say that Johnny Bench is the greatest catcher of all time, the best defensive catcher of all time, and the greatest arm behind the plate of all time.
1-2 misses outside. 2-2.
We looked at that list, and Johnny Bench was
unanimous.
Unanimous.
10 lists, 10 number ones.
Why don't you start us off here for our Donruss Rip That Pack? Don't take that one. It's the only one that's open.
We already Ted into these already before it started, just ripping.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. First K of the day for Isaac Milburn. 2 outs here in the 7th. Brings up Samil De La Rosa, 0 for 3 with an RBI.
So yesterday you pulled the memorabilia patch with a guy we've never heard of.
Yeah. Gavin Fine or Gavin Fiend.
Mizorowski there. David Ortiz.
I think you got
Winfield,
another numbered.
George Brett. Ken Griffey Sr. And then a Rocket,
The
A.J.
Rocket,
Russell.
the Rocket isn't
prospect.
numbered. Ground ball over towards the shortstop, Baker, who gloves it. Throw on to first is in time.
That's a Gavin Fiend.
That's that guy, yeah.
That's that guy.
1-2-3 frame for Isaac Milburn. Will continue opening this pack when we return on the
Sounds
Frontier
good.
League Network, powered by HDN. Stretch time always brought to you by the Stretch Lab. Their team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you can ever achieve on your own. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you today. Another new pitcher for Mississippi. It'll be number 17, Braden Sanders. Braden Sanders, second time appearing in this series. Saw him back on Friday. He's in relief of Dallas Wolfolk, who goes an inning pitch, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and no strikeouts. Florence on top of Mississippi, 6-3, looking for some insurance. It's Jackson Tucker, Tyler Shaney, Felton, Dylan Baker due up for the Yalls here in the 7th. Going to continue opening our Rip That Pack segment here with Cowboy Kurt Kramer.
So we left off here with a George Brett into a Ken Griffey Sr. and the A.J. Russell and Gavin Fiend rookie with a Nick Kurtz. Dick Allen with the Sammy Sosa. And my dude, Ken Griffey Jr. How about Christian Moore optics and a Chipper Jones optics, which
Get that Chipper Jones up to the camera.
That's nice.
I'm a
I
big
like
fan
that
of the
Chipper.
black optic, yeah.
Very cool card. Chipper with a 401 OBP lifetime, and another guy batting over 300 lifetime. I think 303 maybe lifetime, yes.
All right, so the black optic, probably the one I got to beat.
But Chipper, a guy, I mean, right off the rip, Chipper Jones was, I mean, growing up when I was a kid, he was rated coming right into the bigs as one of the best players that was going to be around. They had a lot of hopes for him, and I think he definitely lived up to all that hype.
Yeah, certainly.
You know, it's a random thought, but I can't imagine. You had to know prospects a lot less before social media and the internet was a thing, right? Like,
Certainly.
and nowadays, you know, you see so much on Twitter and in articles and stuff that
That's fouled away.
you know who the top 50 prospects are. I can't imagine. It's pretty hard to know because it's ever so changing. Back in that, for social media was a big thing.
So yeah, the big thing I remember late 80s, 90s was Beckett had their price books out, and you'd always get articles on there about the prospects coming out in baseball. And that's kind of how you'd keep track and all that good stuff.
Wow.
So old Roar's got a rip here coming.
1 and 2. Jacob Wilson will start us off, and then Paul Skeens. Pick up a Skeens. Another Deion Sanders. I already got one of those. Why don't you guys take one of the Cincinnati Deion Sanders?
I've got one of those in the office already, too.
I get myself a red and blue one as well. First, we got Madison Bumgarner. Ground ball over towards second. On a slide, Shield. Throw on to first is in time. 4-3. One on the put away at Jackson Tucker. 1 out in the 7th. Yeah, a little red and blue insert of Cam Smith. Once a top prospect in the Cubs organization. Went over to the Astros in that trade for Isaac Paredes. I actually also was in the Kyle Tucker trade. And then Isaac Paredes then went over to the Astros as well from the Cubs. Get Trey Savage on the rated rookie. Should be a big rookie chase, Trey Savage. Carlton Fisk. It's another one of those top 5 catchers.
Yep.
For the Red Sox there.
Certainly in the conversation.
Pat Murphy manager card. Christian Moore went to my high school. Chase DeLauder, rated rookie there for the Cleveland Guardians. That one's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Tyler Schoenfeld. We do have a Josh Hamilton optic shimmer, followed by the cracked ice of Aaron Judge. Orange cracked ice. Aaron Judge, really nice card.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Yes.
That one's popped up in the infield left side. Over there is Holt to make the grab for out number 2.
So we break the tie today.
I got to give Roar the win on that Judge.
Yeah, it's a nice Judge card.
That's sweet.
We still do have another insert after that. It's Ethan Holiday on the bomb squad. One of the top rookie chases of the Bowman draft class. We do have a rated prospect of Caleb Bonham from the Chicago White Sox and Travis Bazzana of the Cleveland Guardians.
So far, a great blaster.
Yeah. Swing and a miss there to Dylan Baker. No numbered today, but
Judge
picked up the,
awesome.
optic orange cracked ice of Aaron Judge. Such a hot chase right now. 0-1, skies it high behind home plate and out of play.
10-9, 5 ties.
10-9 to 5. Then we will have the final 2 packs of this Donruss on Tuesday.
25 games left to go.
Is that what you got?
Is that the
I
math?
think so. I think we're at 25.
Well, it'd be all 3-game series. Are you counting today as this one?
Not today.
This is home game 27. So you get 51 at home.
So 24
Close.
left
24
after today.
I
Yeah.
must have been counting today then.
Yeah.
So 24 more. Rip that packs.
Still got a lot for me on the road. Are you going to do Rip That Pack when you're on the road, Ben?
I mean, do you want me to?
You might have to.
I might have to. I mean, I will gladly do it.
1-2 skied high in the infield behind home plate. Payne trying to find it. Makes the grab at a 1-2-3 frame. Everything in the infield there for Florence. Heading to the top of the 8th. Kurt, you going to stay on?
Stick around for one more here.
Absolutely.
Right.
Florence with a 6-3 lead when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDM. Top of the 8th, Isaac Milburn out for another inning of work. He's covered 2 scoreless, including a 1-2-3 frame in the 7th. Actually, when he came in for Lawson, he also only faced the minimum, so he's gone 6 up, 6 down. Travis Holt, Kyle Booker, and Tavis Payne. First 3 due up for Mississippi. That one skied high in the infield. Some more weak contact. Baker is over there. Schoenefeld's just going to watch it drop in his range. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Roy, I got to ask you, after last night's game, how late did you stay? How late did you stay at Thomas More? I heard some guys leaving at 2:30.
Yeah, we were out till too late.
Grinding them out.
Yeah, no. Cornhole was, me and Ben were controlling the cornhole boards, and Sun Cruisers were cruising. They were good. They were good. No Thornbush, though. No, we've run out of Thornbush here.
It is a hot commodity.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got cleaned out for the All-Star game. Those Thornbush bourbon slushies are, I mean,
incredible.
Yes, dangerous.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. 0-1 swinging a miss, or misses outside. Lays off that. 1-1 the count. Kyle Booker today is 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Singled and stranded at third in the 4th. Had a 4 for 4 day yesterday with a 2-run homer. Trying to start things off here for Mississippi. Doesn't lay off that slider. Swinging a miss, 1-2. Yeah, those Thornbush, I like it on the rocks as well.
Yes.
Blackberry lemonade slushy, the official cocktail of the Florence Yalls. Only at Thomas More Stadium. 1-2. Misses downstairs.
I've certainly traded out a few cold, tasty beers for the Thornbush.
Yeah.
Another great day here at Thomas More, though. Relaxed, good day here. Not so much of a heater today as it was past couple of games. Sun gave us a little break here today.
No, I agree. And I don't think it's going to be as hot on that morning game we have next week on Wednesday. How do you feel about those morning games?
I enjoy them.
Get the rest of the day off?
Yeah, see all the kids come in. All the kids are happy here. I mean, to me, that's what Thomas More is all about, is bringing the kids out, letting them enjoy baseball.
2-2. Slider misses outside and all the way to the backstop. Now a full count. One away, bases empty for Kyle Booker. Florence with a 6-3 lead here in the top of the 8th. 5 outs to play with for Mississippi. We're trying to avoid being swept. Payoff. Grounder high over towards Milburn. He gloves it. Throw on to first is in time. Nice play there from Isaac Milburn. 1-3 on the put away. He's gone 8 up, 8 down since entering for Lawson in the 6th. Brings up Tavis Payne, who's 2 for 3. Really good first appearance out of the bullpen for Milburn. The beer batter of the game. Would they still honor the discounted beer here in the 8th?
Yeah. Half-price beer. It struck out here.
You got the We Want Beer chants.
The chants have started. I mean, I don't blame them at all. I would want beer about every inning on here as well.
Here's the 1-0. Fouls it away. There's one strike.
Now, did you guys get out to karaoke last night?
Did not.
Karaoke on the concourse?
I did not. Well, it was pouring rain, for the majority of the day.
Seems to be that way every rockin' Saturday we have.
There's been a lot of rainy rockin' Saturdays this year. 1-1 off speed. Oof, beautifully placed, not called. Did miss inside on track, man. 2-1 the count.
Fans letting them have it.
That one misses downstairs.
Now, when I walked into the booth, the karaoke was the discussion. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Me?
Yeah.
Mambo number 5.
Mambo number 5.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's a great one. That's a really good one. What's yours?
I got 2.
3-1. That one's fouled away. Now, Kurt, you're also a singer, so it's not really karaoke for you, I feel like.
Not necessarily, no. So I go to, I like AC/DC, Dirty Deeds. Like to do that one.
Okay,
And
okay.
a little Beck, Loser.
Beck, Loser?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, but I know the words pretty well. No, I mean, you have 2 types of karaoke bars. You know, you got one that's karaoke where it's bad singers only, and then you go to some that's good singers only.
I remember asking Ben about this on like his first day. Payoff pitch, fouled away. He told me his karaoke song was Super Bass by Nicki Minaj.
I can't even begin to tell you how false that is. I mean, just an absolute fabrication.
Could have swore that was it.
No, not quite. I mean, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it.
What's your go-to then, Benny?
It just depends on my mood.
Sometimes. Little Amish Paradise?
Another foul ball. Count stays full.
Sometimes a little Brooks and Dunn. Neon Moon sometimes.
There we go.
Got Lee Brooks down the first base line.
Brooks and Dunn, a lot of big hits out of them.
Yeah. Got Stephen Gregg here with the broom behind home plate. Full count. Payoff pitch. Misses upstairs. That's the first base runner allowed from Milburn.
I didn't realize Stephen Gregg knew that I swept 2 Tettemer trivia this year.
Stephen Gregg has what? Does it say #1 fan?
Yeah, #1 fan on the top.
How about that?
Well deserved.
Certainly, and he's just making his way through the whole seating bowl. Tell you what, they might be able to use that broom for seating bowl cleanup.
No, that is strictly the Florence Y'all's sweep room.
Throw them on the old payroll, get them to stick around a little bit, help the old ops team.
First pitch in there for strike to Joshua Shelley. 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th.
I wonder if Steve walks as many steps as I do in a day.
Well, he just circles around the seating bowl. He's getting everyone involved. 0-1. Grounder, left side. Diving stop from Broussard. Can't get back to the legs. That'll be an infield single for Joshua Shelley.
This has been such an interesting series for Broussard. I mean, how many times has he had the opportunity to make an incredible play?
Yeah. And has, kept it, just kept the damage down, essentially.
Oh,
hasn't made the play, but just kept the damage to a minimum.
I mean, there's a good chance that's a double, and that's happened a couple times for him.
There's a chance a run gets in there.
Yeah.
From that one, if he does not stop that ball getting past him.
10 hits for Mississippi. They're still trailing Florence 6-3. To lead in the hit column, 10-9.
That could be a game saver from Broussard with that play.
We have a pinch hitter. It'll be Victor Diaz. Wow, what a spot here. Slater Shield out of this game. Diaz will enter. Diaz with the 3-run homer back in game 1 on Friday. Launched a deep fly ball down the left field foul line.
Jay Pesci has not been afraid to use his bench, but they only have 2 healthy bench bats.
Yeah, big swing and a miss there.
In this series.
Runners first and second. That's the tying run now at the plate.
So you
Milburn.
I think Shield goes over to short. Rose takes over at second, but then that's your bench.
Well, Shield's out of the game.
Oh, it's Shield, right.
Yeah.
So Rose takes over at second.
Yeah, that's your entire bench.
Yeah.
You're right. Unless you move Payne to second and Diaz comes in and catches. Which I don't know. I didn't know Tavis Payne even caught until.
Well, he's listed on the roster as a catcher,
the
so I don't know
catcher.
if he could play infield.
Pickoff attempt. They had him leaning, and they got him. Nice play there from Isaac Milburn and Hank Zeisler. They've been working on that little deceptive move over at first. That ends the inning. They'll strand a runner at second as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Florence with a 6-3 lead.
Gentlemen, Rory, Ben, thanks for having me in the booth again. Another good one to rip that pack. I will see you guys on Tuesday for more of that action.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, Cowboy. Old classic, better late than never. Kurt Kramer. Bottom of the 8th, Florence with a 6-3 lead, looking for insurance. They are starting to warm up. Will Karsten for the 9th. Does look like we are seeing Shield out of this game, obviously, but that would also remove Diaz. So they enter him as a pinch hitter. Doesn't even get to finishes at bat with the pickoff, and that's it. They'll bring in Nathan Rose to replace him over at second. Keeping everyone else the same. Essentially, defensively, it's Rose in for Shield at second. New pitcher on as well. That's Chris Barraza, the All-Star. Barraza, obviously some lights-out stuff. Florence has a tough task trying to get some more insurance. Barraza struck out the side in the 2026 All-Star game.
Hey, Barraza made it tough, too, last time Florence played Mississippi down in Pearl.
It's his only time being used as. That one skied out towards deep right field. Pause all the way to the warning track in front of the wall. Takes away a long fly ball from Zach Beadle. One pitch, one away. Top of the order, Milo Rushford, who's picked up 2 hits today and a 2-for-3 line with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Florence, in their last inning of offense, you would hope, just trying to get it to Hank Zeisler again, give him another chance.
Yeah.
Barraza at 92 there on that first fastball. Here's another one to Rushford right down Broadway again at 92. Really was letting it hang at the All-Star game. 96 was just eating it.
Yeah.
0-1 misses upstairs, 93 there.
What the day Rushford's had.
Yeah.
Couple of base hits, the 2 RBIs back in the second. It's been very balanced today in terms of RBIs.
Yeah, that 2-run double was the go-ahead hit for Florence. You thinking him for your player of the game?
Yeah, player of the game. Yeah, I think we could talk to Zaid maybe too. We haven't talked to Zaid. He had a pretty solid day. There's some options.
I guess you could see what they do here.
Right.
I think Zaid would really want to wait until he hits the cover off the ball. 2-1. Rushford skies it foul.
Spoke to Milo. Yeah, the last time I spoke to Milo was a while ago.
Those are the 2 with multi-hit games. At the top of the order for Florence. 2-2. In there for a strike, a called strike 3 on the outer half. That did not connect on Trackman. About an inch out. Rings up Rushford looking. First K for Chris Barraza. 2 away in the inning with the bases empty for Zaid Richardson.
Tough call.
Probably a little too close to take.
Yeah.
2 strikes. That is one of the things, the umpires, they can have bad calls. What my dad would always say to me, yeah, don't give them the chance to have a bad call. Don't give them the chance to change the game. That one's in there for a strike at 94 right down Broadway.
Yep, it's changed a little bit, but really only for the majors and minor leagues and some of these indie ball leagues because they have ABS now.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, well, I mean, as long as you have a challenge left, you really aren't leaving it up to the umpire.
Here's the 0-2. This is outside. A 1-2 count to Richardson. Sal Stewart picked up his 20th home run of the season.
It's on a good pace to 30.
30.
That's the bet, right?
I think it's
Zach
25.
Is it 25?
Yeah, it was an awful bet made by Zach. Swing and a miss. Richardson down on strikes. A 1-2-3 frame for the All-Star Chris Barraza. We head to the top of the ninth. Will Karsten trying to close things out when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the ninth, Hawksworth Blood Center save opportunity for Florence. Not going to head to the closer. They're going to stick with Isaac Milburn out on the mound right now. I think the closer, your usual closer, Aiden McAvoy, is not going to be able to pitch today. Will Karsten was the one warming up for quite some time. They will stick with Millie against the bottom of the order. Nathan Rose, followed by Braylon Skinner and A.J. Fritz. Milburn has already tossed 3 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit and 1 walk with a strikeout. Trying to pick up a save in a 6-3 ball game, top of the ninth. Florence hoping to bring out the brooms. Sweep the Mississippi Mud Monsters in the final time these two face off in 2026. Wind up the first pitch to Rose in there for a strike. Rose is a essential pinch hitter, but he did play second last inning. Victor Diaz was in this spot for Slater Shield to end the 8th. They called upon him with, making the tying run at the plate. It was a pickoff of the runner at first, Joshua Shelley. So Victor Diaz comes in and sees about 1 pitch and gets taken out of the ball game for defense from Nathan Rose at second. And now Nathan Rose in the same spot here, bottom of the order. 0-2 the count. Milburn standing tall, middle of the rubber, winds the 0-2. Grounds it softly over towards the second baseman, Schoenfeld. He gloves it, throw on to first is in time. That first out, always so important. 4-3 on the put away. Back up to the top of the order and Braylon Skinner. And for me, keeping Milburn out there was strictly probably for this at-bat here. Get him to the lefty and Skinner. Get that lefty-lefty advantage going. Milburn was able to get Skinner out in the 6th, But before that, Skinner was 3 for 3 against righties. That one skied out towards left field. It's going to send Rushford back. Warning track. He finds it and makes the grab for a long out, number 2. 95 off the bat, the opposite way there for Skinner. And Mississippi is down to their final out. It's A.J. Fritz. What an outing this would be for Milburn. And Karsten essentially, warmed up for about an inning, not even having to be used. Two away, bases empty. Florence with a 6-3 lead. Hoping to move 3 games above 500. First pitch to Fritz. Off speed is in there for a strike. 0 for 3 on the day with a hit by pitch and a run scored. Wind up the 0-1 missing downstairs. In a game where Florence is out hit, they still have a 6-3 lead. Something you don't see often. 1-1 the count. Punched high in the infield. First base side. The captain is under it and makes the grab. A 1-2-3 frame from Milburn. He goes 4 shutout in relief and picks up the save. The Yalls have swept Mississippi out of Thomas More Stadium and have a 6-3 win here on Sunday. What a win for Florence. They also take home the season series 6-3. The win will go to Lawson, the loss to Walsh, and the save, first save of the season, for Isaac Milburn. How about that? A 6-3 win. Florence moves to 33-30. 31-28. 3 games over 500 for Florence. Mississippi does fall down to 25-35. 10 games below 500. That's a heck of a game all the way around. Again, Florence with runs early. They picked up 6 within the first 2 innings. Very similar to yesterday, where they scored 5 in the first 2 innings. A 2-run double for Milo Rushford. He had 2 hits on the day and 2 runs scored. He will be your Y'all's player of the game. Ben Hauer will grab him down for our post-game interview. Let's send it down to Ben with Milo.
Thanks, Rory. Milo, you're seeing brooms all over the ballpark right now as you guys pick up that first sweep after the All-Star break over Mississippi. What are the vibes like of the team right now?
That's awesome. Great to come out after the All-Star break and get to a hot start.
Now, you personally had a really good day. 2 RBI single. That was ended up being the difference. The go-ahead base hit. You were on 3 times today. What were you seeing today?
At the plate?
Yeah.
Just hunting fastballs, looking for pitches in the zone, stay within, let them come to me.
Last couple of weeks, it's been a new role for you here in Florence, is kind of moving up to that leadoff spot. How much do you like hitting leadoff for this team?
Oh, I've always hit leadoff my whole life when I was younger, and I love leadoff, and it's fun knowing that I got guys behind me that can knock me in. So,
a big part of the sweep was the pitching. All 3 starters this weekend. Webster, Lawson gave up 3 or less. How awesome are they?
The starters were great this week. Saved our pen, saved our legs. I mean, that was money.
Thanks, Milo. Congrats on the sweep.
Thank you.
Rory.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you, Ben. Great post-game interview. Congratulations, Milo, on our player of the game. Again, a 2-for-4 line with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He knocked in the go-ahead 2-run double in the second inning. And from then, it was all Florence, led by some very nice pitching. Yes, from Nathan Lawson, 5 innings pitched, 9 hits, 3 runs. He really kept them off base. But as well from Isaac Milburn, who goes 4 shutout. He came in the 6th with the bases loaded, nobody out. And it looked very good out of the bullpen. His first appearance out of the pen was really solid. And, wasn't striking, a lot of guys out, just the 1K for Milburn. But a lot of quick innings, 1, 2, 3 frames from Isaac Milburn. He stifled that Mississippi offense the rest of the way through and picked up his first save of the season. Florence, a 6-3 win over Mississippi here on Sunday, as well as a 6-3 season series win over the Mud Monsters after being 3-9 against Mississippi last year. That is a heck of a turnaround for Florence. They move 3 games above 500. All around a great series. Ben mentioned it. The starters were phenomenal. Yannicker Villalobos, Evan Webster, Nathan Lawson. They've done that multiple times this season. We're going to flip the script over to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for a Gateway series, and it's going to be an entirely different story. It's John Gerard, CJ Blowers, and then back over to Yannicker Villalobos. Just the 2 starts, the 1 start for Gerard and the 1 start for Blowers their last time out in Joliet. So guys that, are still very new to this Florence team and trying to earn their spot on the Yalls. Will be exciting to see them face off against a talented Gateway team that's, still in the hunt of the playoffs as well. That'll be Tuesday, 6:51 start. I do not know the opposing pitcher for Gateway just yet, but it will be John Gerard starting Game 1 on Tuesday here on $2 Tuesday at Thomas More Stadium. The 6-game homestand continues, and then we have 3 games in Windy City next week on the weekend for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, the Yalls with a sweep of the Mississippi Mud Monsters to move to 31-28. The win at Lawson. The loss goes to Walsh, and the save to Isaac Milburn here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Appreciate you guys tuning in, whether on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN or the Florence Yalls Radio Network. You guys have been spectacular. I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Stay off the legs. Enjoy your time with your family. And until next time, I've been Rory Tettemer. You've already been listening to Ben Howler on the field saying so long from Thomas More Stadium. And y'all have a good night. Thanks, Ari. Appreciate you.